Okay, we are live, friends. We are doing Sigewinne story quest today. This is gonna be very low key and probably the last thing I do for 4.7 because I want to play Final Fantasy 14. On certain public holidays, a young girl with Melusine feelers and a human face can sometimes be found. You know, I just kind of noticed that Sigewinne actually is a lot more human than the rest of the Melusine. Now that they're actually saying that, I never really actually looked that deep into that before, but her skin looks humanish. She's none other than the head nurse of the Fortress of Meropide to come to enjoy her vacation, but why does she have such an appearance, though? Nearly every Fontanian has their own theory. It is still a matter of speculation, with no consensus reached, but few know that the answer to this question is closely tied to a matter that lies centuries in the past. It is one of the very few memories that brings a smile to her lips. However, this part of her past has been buried in her heart for far too long, becoming but a beautiful story. Should you be willing to be her friend, she will relate that story to you. Luckily, I do barely enough content to get the key, so we're good. The Court of Fontaine seems to be having something lively going on. I don't know. Oh my god. I turned off navigation, don't look at me. But yeah, today is literally the only day I have time to do the new Genshin stuff, so we need to do it today because I'm not gonna be streaming tomorrow. I have my faves out as usual. Show me the cutscene. Show me the cutscene. Hello. Our Fontaine time in Fontaine is wrapping up soon.
Today? Wonder what the occasion is.
I wonder too. Oh, auto advance isn't turned on. I love this is voice acted. My phone.
Butterfly Dew Cosmetics now on sale. Huh, looks like it.
Looks like it. Hey, this is a
Oh, Sigewinne's here too.
Look at her. But yeah, I never really thought too hard about it that Sigewinne has a very human face for a Melusine.
Hello there,
I
traveler
literally
in Paimon.
never thought too that hard about
keeping
it.
yourselves fit and healthy? You bet we are. So anyway, what are you doing here, Sigewinne?
He's here to be.
The Duke insists I take regular vacations in the Court of Fontaine.
But not himself. He doesn't want to take vacations
with
himself.
A promotion for a new skincare product, so I came over to take a look. I like to keep up with the latest industry developments when I can, to help me with my magazine articles. Wait, you write? For a magazine? Which one? It's called Beautés en Fleur, and it's run by the Fontaine Beauty Association. I've done lots of articles about skincare for them, using the pen name Maritime Flower. Oh, wow!
Did you know that snails are really good skincare
ingredients? If I'm not
ingredients?
mistaken, you're one of the leading figures in the Fontaine Beauty Association!
One moment, y'all. I'm replying to something. Okay. Are we playing Star Rail? Like, what is happening here?
Beauty.
The beauty?
Really
We need
like this
Argenti
role.
here.
The staff at cosmetics shops are always so polite. And as long as I wear a big smile on my face, I always get the best customer service.
Aww.
Well, they sure don't want to make an enemy of
I would want to make
Maritime
Sigewinne cry.
Flower.
I'm reminded of poor Carol from New Wriolette quest who had the exact same cheery attitude but got bullied. So how do you become leader?
Obviously, it's because of Sigewinne's love for beauty. Still, a leader of the Beauty Association? That's incredible. The truth is, I study this field because I cherish my own appearance. It has nothing to do with being beautiful or not. Oh,
Is Sigewinne Numa? I always feel like she should be Usia.
Not really. Actually, Melusine aesthetics are very different from human ones. We don't view humans based on their appearance.
Aww.
If I had to describe our approach, I'd say it's based on
Cuteness. Well, I wish I could follow that approach, but unfortunately, I don't think it's gonna work out for me.
Yep. Still, I really value
No,
my
I think
current
Sigewinne
appearance.
is
And in the process
Numa.
of taking care of it, I've ended
See,
up
I don't
learning
know
quite
if
a lot
there's
about
any
skincare
really
and stuff.
rhyme or reason of
Turns
what makes
out,
a character
my
Usia
knowledge
or
and
Numa.
experience is pretty popular with beauty product lovers. It came as a big surprise to me,
Who
though.
cares? It's not gonna matter
Oh,
in
Paimon gets it now.
6 weeks anyway.
Speaking of your
Just 9
appearance,
weeks.
how come you look human anyway? Are you like only half Melusine?
I can't read the thing that well though, y'all. It's really hard for me to tell who's Utsi and Numa.
Ooh, wait, sorry. That was probably really offensive, wasn't it?
Paimon. At least she's being more considerate now.
No, I don't mind. I'm not mixed, though. I made a decision to turn myself into this form a very long time ago. If you're interested, I could tell you the story. A shape-shifting story? Oh, heck yeah, of course we're interested!
Wait, why was that second
Once
part
upon a
quiet?
time,
Oh, she's so adorable.
long ago,
We got a cutscene already?
humans rejected Melusines,
Okay, yes.
and Melusines feared humans.
I don't know if Nubalet's story quest is
There
required for
was
this,
one
but I feel
Melusine
like it
who
should
became
be.
fascinated with human medicine, but no human wanted her help. And
Aw.
there was one girl who liked Melusines, so no humans would make friends with her. So the Melusine became the girl's
Aw.
friend, and the girl became the Melusine's patient. Your checkups all
Oh,
done?
she has
You're
Sigewinne's
still in
eyes,
perfect
actually. They're
health.
red. Unless that's a common
Thank you,
Melusine
Dr.
thing.
Melusine.
I actually don't. I think they all have red eyes.
In this game of doctor and patient, a friendship was born. Then, one day, the girl fell ill.
Literally
The
ill.
Melusine was the only doctor to arrive on time, but the adults sent her away.
Scram! Melusines can't be
But she
trusted.
could have saved your daughter.
So just because I'm not human, I can't
Oh
save
my-
my best friend. In desperation,
We
the
just
Melusine
started.
approached the frightening witch. She begged and begged until she got a reply.
Is this one of the
If you
the
take
Hexen
this
circle?
potion, concocted of sin, you will gain a human
This is
face.
probably the most
and
in-your-face
grow human
beginning to a
lips.
story quest ever.
But then, you will lose everything that attracted this friend of yours to you in the first place. Can you accept that?
If she means
The
she'll save
Melusine
her.
did not hesitate for very
Yeah,
long.
if it'll save her friend.
On a rainy night,
But yeah, it feels
the
like that
little
could have been
doctor
one of the
knocked on
Hexen
the girl's
circle.
door. The doctor wore a hood and raincoat, maybe to protect her from the rain, but maybe also to hide
Oh,
a
to hide her
secret.
little antenna.
The little doctor held the
Oh
girl's
my
hand and
God.
treated
I
her
I
illness.
can't believe we're
just
starting
as
off
she
the
had
quest with
so many
this type
times
of a
before.
cutscene. Like, we literally just got here and I'm already wanting to.
Dawn came,
The
and the
tears
little
came.
girl's condition improved. But the little doctor was long gone, for she knew her friend would never recognize her again.
So Sigewinne became.
So, since then, I've lived my life in human form. Most people who know me just think I was born this way.
Melusine antenna.
Ooh,
That's crazy
A
that you met
witch?
one of the Hexen
potion?
circle.
why does this sound like a
Like,
fairy
it
tale?
has to be someone from the
Trust
Hexen
me,
circle, right? Or
It's a true story.
maybe not.
Must be the way you told it then. It just sounds so...
We just got here and she
Yeah,
lore
Not
dumped us
every
over the
Melusine
head.
would take human form to save their human friend. That must have been a huge decision. Treating patients is a doctor's duty. We must always find a way, even when the going gets tough. Ugh. It's so crazy that they turned you away just because you were a Melusine, especially when their daughter was so sick. Well, sometimes appearance can be a real barrier. But that was a long time ago. I like how I look now anyway. Paimon too! You're super cute this way.
Attention customers! Thank you all for waiting. Now, on behalf of our skincare partner, I'm delighted to announce that our exciting new
Skincare
product is now
partner.
officially on sale.
Hopefully y'all aren't selling a
Here we
scam
go.
product because
have a look, shall we?
skincare. I'm a very
Paimon,
huge
if
stickler
you wanna
about
buy any
skincare. I will
skincare
not
products,
tolerate scams.
I'll be happy to give you some suggestions. Really? personal advice right from a leader of the Fontaine Beauty Association? What an honor!
Allow me to introduce our newest skin lotion, Butterfly Dew. I'm sure many
Butterfly
of you have already
Dew? What
read
is that
about
supposed
this
to
product's trials
mean?
in the newspapers.
That doesn't tell me anything.
To say that it improves skin quality is an understatement. This product gets its name from the way it transforms your skin and makes it glow anew, like a butterfly emerging from its chrysalis and spreading its wings for the first time. We are thrilled to have the inventor of this fantastic product with us here today. Please welcome
I don't like
Mr.
this guy.
Rawat, a researcher from the
I
Fontaine
don't like this guy
Research
already.
Institute. Now, without further ado, I'll hand over to Mr. Rawat to tell you all about what Butterfly Dew can do for you.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm Rawat, and I developed Butterfly Dew.
I'm telling y'all, I don't like this guy.
What a looker.
Like, what a
He's a
looker.
researcher?
No,
Now, he's
ain't no
really
way.
challenging
Ain't no way
the
we're trusting this
stereotype.
guy.
It seems that
He's
everyone
gonna
is
sell a
surprised by my
scam product.
entrance. Or should I say, my appearance. I'm well aware that researchers are generally better
This
known
is this
for their
Genshin
brains
trying
than their dashing
to
good
do
looks.
commentary
In that regard,
on
I do believe I break the
beauty
mold somewhat.
influencers?
Of course, appearance is a skin-deep way of defining a
Oh
person.
my god.
And yet one's appearance can be a very real set of shackles, pulling a person back in their life. It can rob a young person of their self-confidence when applying for a job, dissuade a young lady from approaching the one she loves. Our actions are at the mercy of our appearance, and we slowly become the very person that the outside world sees us
I
as.
think I've just gotten so used to the way Genshin does its storytelling that
But what
sometimes
if I told you that those shackles can be broken?
can be just like,
If
I
our
can
appearance
see where
prevents
story
us from
quest is
changing,
going.
then let us first change our appearance itself. Wash away moles, birthmarks, and wrinkles, and they can no longer rob us of our confidence. Replace them with luster and radiance, and we shall
Girl.
never again hang our heads in shame. That is why Butterfly Dew exists. Its mission is to allow us to shed
This
our
Butterfly
toupee,
Dew is a
undergo
butterfly
complete
scam.
metamorphosis, and embrace a new life.
Well,
Look, I've
whether it
seen
actually works
what's
or
his
not,
name, Jeffree
after
Star.
that speech, Paimon's already
I don't
sold.
trust these influencers.
Mr. Rawat, could I ask if you've used this product yourself?
Yeah, see?
Of course,
I'm
I
telling you,
tried
this
it many
is
times
literally
while I was
Genshin's way
testing
to
it.
comment
You can
on
consider
beauty
me a
influencers.
product ambassador.
Wow, then it's sure to work.
Still, I don't expect to convince you just by blowing my own trumpet. So, could I get a volunteer from the audience to try it out?
Oh, Paimon volunteers!
I'm on volunteers. I don't know if there's much you can do to help you, Paimon. No, I'm joking.
Oh! Ah, what an honor! It appears we have a giant of the Fontaine Beauty Association here with us. In that case, Miss Sigewinne, could we
Miss
seek your most
Sigewinne.
expert opinion on this product?
Sure.
It's a scam. I wish you would straight up say that.
Is that Romaritime flower? They say she's the pickiest user of skincare products in all of Fontaine.
Here you go.
Well, it's very kind to the skin, and the absorption rate is high.
Anyway,
Even for Fontaine, this is a first-rate product.
yeah, but will it really do all of what
Wow,
he
now
said?
that's high praise.
Remove wrinkles.
Any discounts?
All right. Well, all that remains for me to say is, Butterfly Dew is now on sale!
Girl, I can see through
Think we
this.
should buy a bottle too?
Are you paying for it yourself? Because I sure ain't. I ain't supporting scams.
Of course you bring up Mora. Fine, Paimon will pay out of her own pocket and even share it with you. There, does that sound fair?
She's
And if you're worried about whether it's the right product for you, well, luckily for us, Sigewinne's here, so we can get an expert consultation.
Skincare and medicine are very, very aligned, y'all. The warmth of lies. See, I totally get. Even the quest, I just realized the quest is literally has lies in the name. Hello, Sigewinne.
It's an honor to receive such high praise from you. To be honest, I was also hoping you might be able to point out some flaws in the product so I can keep improving it.
With most skincare products, the pros and cons only become apparent with long-term use.
Unfortunately, yes. Skin
this
turns
one has
over in
instant
21
benefits,
days, I think.
improving skin
Something
quality
like that.
without any obvious side effects.
Like, you can't really tell if our
It's one of
product's
a
working
kind.
until at least a month.
Don't worry though, I plan to keep using it, and I'll publish regular reviews in Beautés en Fleur. You can read my thoughts
Beautés en
there.
bleu.
All you need to do is
Oui, oui,
subscribe.
baguette.
Oh, I was hoping for a more casual conversation, but you are a beauty association leader after all.
Excuse me.
I understand if you want to keep this professional.
Sigewinne? Oh, excuse us, Miss Beauty Expert. But do you think this product is a good choice for me and him?
Wait, are you the renowned traveler?
It is
That's
I.
right, and by his side, the equally famous Paimon.
Well, I don't normally handle customer questions personally, but since it's the traveler asking, allow me to make an exception. Butterfly Dew is made for all skin types, so no matter who you are, you can rest assured that it will be
Girl,
kind to your skin.
I hear this
If anything,
circus
it might be
show
marginally more
with
effective
so
on Fontanian
many
skin,
beauty
but
influencers.
other than that, it works the same on everyone.
Like, I'm just
Why would it
screaming
work
at the
better on
commentary.
Fontanians?
In the interests of protecting my trade secrets, I'm afraid I can't answer that, Miss Paimon.
Alright then. How about a friend discount?
Save yourself the trouble. I'd be greatly honored to have both of you use my product. Here, take 2 bottles for free.
Yay! Paimon's private fund survives!
Anyway, what? So tell me the catch.
I can see why you might think that, but please don't misunderstand. This gift is simply a token of my esteem. There's no business motivation behind it.
I don't
To
know.
me, finding new customers for Butterfly Dew is about meeting kindred spirits, fellow admirers of physical beauty. I consider it a labor of love.
Admirers of physical beauty? Eesh, that's embarrassing to say out loud. It sounds so shallow.
It's nothing to be ashamed of, Miss Paimon.
I'm
Most people
literally
claim
just
to
keep
desire
rolling
inner
my eyes at
virtue,
this guy
but it's
because
still
he just
physical
sounds like a
appearance
beauty
that turns their
influencer.
heads. This is a fact of life. It's only natural for people to desire to become beautiful. And that's exactly what inspired me to choose this research direction in the first place.
You're right. Everyone loves beauty, don't they?
Look at the time. My apologies, but I have other things to attend to. I'll leave you with these 2 bottles of Butterfly Dew, and I look forward to seeing you again.
Whooping me.
Paimon, I'd say there's no need for you and the Traveler to use this product for now. Why? Is there a
Wait,
problem
what
with
is he
The
doing?
quality is fine. I just think there's room for improvement. I think I could add some ingredients to the mix to make it more effective. Really? Then why didn't you tell Wriolette about that?
Yeah, that's kind of.
Researchers are a very special breed of human. You can point out their flaws to their face and they won't mind very much. But if you tell them that someone else could do a better job, ooh, now that'll make them really upset. If I'd mentioned it, he probably wouldn't have given you those 2 bottles for free.
Oh, you wanted it for yourself?
Fair enough, that makes sense. If you're interested in the more effective version, I can write up a list of ingredients for you. Just come get me
I
once
can't
you've
believe
gathered
she's
them.
so sweet.
When you say more
You know,
effective,
not wanting
you
to
mean it'll
piss
make
this guy
Paimon
off, being
even
like,
prettier?
hey, I can totally do
how
a
can
way
you say
better job than
no?
you. I can totally do a way better job than you, but I'm too nice to tell you that.
As for me, it's probably time I got back to the Fortress of Maripede.
No.
I mustn't leave
Well,
the
I mean,
infirmary
can you let me go
unattended
with you
for too long.
and let me go see Riceley?
See you there then!
No? Yes? Yes. Yes. But first we need to collect these weird beauty materials. I'm just saying ain't nobody beating Riceley. That's my favorite Fontaine character design. I have made it vocal on the quest
Just up ahead, Traveler.
vocal on the
ingredients for Sigewinne
channel
should be
multiple times that
nearby.
I don't like Riceley's story quest. However, I have been so impressed with the quality of Fontaine's story quest. Like, let's see. Sino's second quest was kind of whatever. But everyone else has had really, really, really good quests. Like, really, really, really good quests. And then there's Riceley. So yeah, the flops are kind of Sino and Riceley to me. I can make a tier list. Hello.
Now.
Hey, this is an awful idea. Why did I think this would work? Hey, nobody see this.
Diffract.
The perhaps.
Here you are.
Girl. Bruh.
A moment, please. Stay cool and face your guilt.
He's too angry for me to freeze. There we go. Nobody look at this. I don't build my characters. My weapon's level 20. Girl! How did you hit me? Anyway. The next guy's underwater, so at least this one will be easier. Too shallow to dive. Whee! Okay, I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I'm not that big of a fan of the underwater. I am very excited to no longer underwater. Yatta! Bruh. Oh my god! Oh wait, I'm supposed to... Oh. Nobody saw that. Ha! Jerkwad.
Great! That's it!
Anyway,
Let's head to Fortress America!
I hate the underwater exploration. Like, the underwater is pretty, but I don't like, Girl, is it this? Sure. Oh, I'm back in the depressing jail. Isley, why are you glowing red? Do do. Do. I forgot the nurse's office was all the way in the back. Hello, Sigewinne. Remember when she scammed us? When she lied to us? Is that Risley? I knew it.
You have to believe
I knew
me.
he had to be
I
here.
saw it with my own eyes last night.
He had to
Another
have.
me. He looked exactly like me.
Got it? Okay. I've written down everything you told me. Now, I have a few tests to run. Take a deep breath, and don't worry. It's nothing to be nervous about. First, which finger am I holding up?
The
Your
middle
index
finger. No, I'm joking.
But I'm telling you, my mental state is fine. I'm not crazy.
She should have held up her
Very
middle
good.
finger.
Now, on to the next. Hey there, Your Grace. It's been a while, huh?
Ah, it's you two. Indeed it has. I would offer you some tea, but I'm afraid the timing is unfortunate. Duty calls.
No worries. Actually, we were looking for Sigewinne. Do you, know what all of this is about?
This inmate came running to the guards in a
Hello,
panic,
Rice.
claiming to have
Makes me
seen his
so happy to hear
exact
you talk.
doppelganger.
A doppelganger? Doesn't that just mean someone else kinda looks like him?
And that's what I thought when the report first reached my desk. But we've inspected our records. No one even vaguely resembles
What
him.
the?
Considering how certain he is of what he saw, I can only surmise that he's having some mental issues. So
Like
I brought him for a medical
me.
evaluation.
Alright, very good. Take a sip of water and rest for a bit.
What do you
Evaluation
think, Sigewinne?
complete. I couldn't find any symptoms pointing to a physical condition.
I see. So do you still believe there's more likely to be an issue with his mind than his body?
I have to assume so for now. Psychological issues are more difficult to detect. At this stage, we can at least confirm that he is in command of his cognitive faculties.
The
Girl,
rumor
you
mill
just said a
will go
lot of
crazy
medical
if word of this
terms.
gets out. Guards, take him to the ward for a period of observation.
Rice,
The
they
Mars
don't
show say
leave.
Phantom has requested my cooperation on a case, otherwise I'd deal with this myself. Sorry for the trouble, head nurse, but I'll have to leave this to you.
No problem, Your Grace. I'll add it
His
to my observation list.
grace. No, Rice, they don't leave. Please.
By the way, we have a couple of guests here who've made the trip just to see you. I imagine it must be
wait, I
important.
didn't come here for her. I
You
came here for you.
probably won't
Oh,
need to add them to your observation list, though.
Fine, fine.
Oh,
We're here for
Traveler,
Sigewinne.
Paimon, it's you.
Hi.
Hey there, Sigewinne! It's actually not that important, but...
I'll be in my office if you desperately need me.
I do.
Goodbye for now.
For different
Okay,
reasons.
bye-bye! So, Sigewinne... Would you mind waiting for just a moment? I have another patient to see. Just find an empty bed and take a
What?
seat. I won't be long. Oh,
What
sure.
other patient? There's nobody in this
Sigewinne,
room.
we've brought him. And he seems to have taken a turn for the worse again.
Huh?
Okay, don't panic. Let's start by sitting him down here.
Is this someone else also seeing double?
Paimon had no idea how busy it can get for Sigewinne. Maybe now's not the time to ask for her help with skincare.
We could help her.
Good point. Besides, it might actually be interesting to observe her at work. Well, this could hurt. So I suggest you take a deep breath first.
Huh?
Did his face melt? What happened to him?
What?
It's anyone's guess. His face melted off shortly after arriving at the fortress. But since he's a serious offender, he can't be allowed out for medical treatment. Best we can do for now
He
is
got
ask the head
chemical
nurse
burns
to
from
give
the
him something to manage the
skincare.
symptoms.
It's a scam.
Oh, this is gonna be awkward. We still need to bring him to the Marachose Phantom for questioning. What if he scares them half to death?
No,
Would
that
that be
won't
our
be our
fault?
fault.
The Marachose Phantom? Does this have something to do with the case Risley's dealing with?
Yup, it was a huge case. They bagged a few dozen crooks in one fell swoop. And this guy's the baddest apple of the bunch. He harmed countless people. And now, it looks like it's all finally catching up with him.
You done gawking?
Not yet. I need to check the severity of your ulcers to decide the right dosage.
Ulcers.
Don't worry. We
His
Melisans
face
have
looks
a
pretty
very
normal to
different sense
me.
of aesthetics from humans. To me, he just looked like a little kitty with slightly scruffy fur, but
Scruffy
still
fur.
just as cute.
Then what's Risley?
patronize
Actually,
me.
we know what she thinks of
Do I look
Risley.
like a
She
kid
draws
to you?
stickers of him.
Just give me the meds and let me out of here. I already missed my cell.
Hey, lose the attitude. You dare talk back to our head nurse like that again? Your days are numbered.
Oh, it's fine. Okay, I'm going to apply the medication now. Tell me if it hurts, all right?
Aw.
Look how nice Sigewinne's being. And he still talks to her like that? What a nasty piece of work.
Can I leave now?
Wow, not a peep. What a brave little guy.
Thank you, Sigewinne.
Talks about
And I
it.
apologize for the
I
trouble.
guess it's because Sigewinne's like hundreds of years old.
So, Traveler, Paimon, did you bring the ingredients? We did, but we don't want to interfere or anything.
I just realized
You're
that
busy saving
Sigewinne
lives here.
concocting
Don't
an
be
antidote.
silly. I agreed to it, didn't I? Just hand me the ingredients, and I'll make some time to whip it into the improved version for you.
I think she's doing this to
rest here
prove
if you
more
want.
than
Or,
just
if
make
you're
a
not
better
tired,
medication.
I hear they're holding a new pancreation tournament in the administration area.
Hmm.
Or alternatively, is there anything we could help you with, Sigewinne?
You get us a token of our
That's
gratitude.
right! Let us help you out! It's the least we could do! Good point. Kind-hearted humans start to develop guilt if they accept free help from others.
I love that she
Don't
admits
worry.
that it's
I'll
kind-hearted
take a look
humans.
at my schedule. I'm sure I can find something to treat this condition. I gotta warn you though, it'll be tiring work. So I suggest you take a break first, then come back and see me when you're ready.
Y'all, FFXIV is trending. Talk to Sigewinne. Also, this quest is
We're
2.5
ready,
hours,
Sigewinne.
and we're
What's
only
your
half
first
an hour
mission?
through, so this is gonna be.
I found
gonna
the
take us
perfect
forever.
job for the traveler. First, I'd like you to lie down in this bed.
You're gonna experiment on us. He's gonna test us.
What for? I need you to pretend to be sick. What?
Oh, like
Is
we
it
did
that
before.
difficult? I thought you did a pretty good job last
Wait,
time.
but no.
Oh, so you knew.
She definitely knew. Oh wait, I don't think she
Sure did.
told us yet.
He was way more interesting
think she only
than
told
the usual
Risley.
malingering inmates. And you played along very well, Paimon. I observed you two for quite a while after that. Well, this is awkward. But why do you need us to do it again now? No time to explain. My next patient will be here any second. Please just do as I say. You can, pretend like you've got
What
a
is she
nasty headache.
doing?
And throw in some dry
Sigewinne
heaving
seems to
for
be the
good
type of person
measure.
who also is planning, has an agenda.
Hey, Doc. It's me. I'm only here because my mom won't stop pestering me about
Your
it.
mom? Oh my gosh, I forgot
So
people's kids are in
annoying.
here.
Well, your mother has enough on her plate with a busy job. Well, the last thing she needs is to worry about you being sick as well.
Aw.
I know. I shouldn't treat the place like a playground. Shouldn't go swimming in the lower levels where we join up with the sea, because it'll give me a cold and distract her from her work. I thought I'd be able to have some fun here at the fortress for a few days, but it's always, don't do this and don't do that.
Wait, are you a fresh arrival?
Sit
A few
yourself down and I'll
days.
take your temperature. Your fever still hasn't gone down.
Sigewinne's
Well,
so
here's your
short.
medicine. 1 cup for starters, and we'll see if it helps.
But Doc, it's so bitter. Do I really have to drink it? I mean, I'll be fine, right? I've got an
But you're
uncle
a
who caught a cold.
kiddo.
His fever went away on its own after a couple days. Can't you just write me a note saying I'm on the mend? I just need something to keep my mom off my case.
I sure can.
Wait, what is
You're
she
a very
doing?
brave boy, after all.
Huh?
What is she doing?
Brave? What makes you say that?
Well, if you want to rely on your own immune system to clear up your fever, then you'll have to tough it out like this guy.
Oh, this now where you literally be dramatic just for her to prove a point. I'm screaming. So this was Sigewinne's plan? See, she seems so sweet and nice, but she got
Hang in
always
there,
something
Trevor.
planned in the
Are you gonna
background.
puke? Paimon can get you a paper bag!
Huh?
As long as you're tough enough to get through the nausea and dizziness caused by the high fever, you'll be right as rain after just a few days rest.
Yeah,
And
kiddo.
if I'm not tough enough?
You'll let him like this guy. Oh, look how he's just dying.
Hey, wake up! Wake up! Put it this way. At least you'll never have to see the doctor again, right?
Right.
I think maybe I'll take that medicine after all, if that's okay.
Oh, of course. Here, it's still warm.
Ugh, it's so bitter.
He just gulped it all.
Done. Great job, you two. That kid really doesn't know what's good for him. His mother's a guard here. She's been working back-to-back shifts lately, but unfortunately his
Wait, that
father's
kid's
away
not
on
even a
business trip
jailer?
right now.
He's just...
She had no choice
my
but to bring her son
God.
here for the time being. He was quite happy at first. He seemed to think that the Fortress of Meripede would be all fun and games.
Heck no.
So you made us put on that
People are
act just to scare a
capitalists
kid into
here.
taking his medicine? That's a pretty sneaky trick. Seems like there's a whole side to Sigewinne we never knew about. It's a technique I learned from my teacher. Oh, you had a teacher? Was she a Melazine doctor too? She was human. She passed away a long time ago. Oh, sorry. No, it's fine. I really liked my teacher, so it's always nice when I get to talk about her with other people. She was a traveling doctor, and since she didn't have a clinic, she'd go out and visit her patients wherever they were. Dealing with the badly behaved ones was her specialty. She used to say, if you can scare the little brats into taking their medicine, you won't have to hear them wailing and screeching
Oh
when their
my
condition gets
God.
worse.
So that's where she learned from.
She sounds like a pretty strict teacher. Strict? Well, that's not how my teacher saw it. She thought of herself as terrifying to kids.
Strange about way for you?
a doctor to describe themselves. Now Paimon's curious to know what she looked like. As it happens, I actually
I wonder if we're
have a
gonna
picture of her.
recognize her. Old lady.
Oh, wow, yeah, okay, that'll terrify the kids. Yep. All the children she treated thought she was a witch.
Wait, was that the same witch?
Almost sound like you're envious of her.
Was that the same witch that
because
transformed
I am.
her?
If she was here, all the children would take their medicine without any need for tricks. A doctor who looks like a witch. True, they wouldn't dare try
You know, I
anything
thought I
funny with
was
her
very
around.
ahead of myself of her guessing it was one of the Hexen Circle.
Oh,
But no, it was
me,
definitely
on the
that
other
old
hand,
lady.
It's hopeless. Children aren't afraid of me at all. That's actually a good thing, you know? Oh, my next patient should be arriving now. Would you mind lending me a hand again? Sure thing! On to the next mission!
A few dozen so patients later, Sigewinne's finally done.
Is it nighttime already? That flew by. You really have a busy job, Sigewinne. Well, thanks to you two, it was much easier today. Aww.
Mm-mm.
Should we get some rest? It's getting pretty late. Oh, there is one last thing. I have to keep it confidential, so I usually leave it till after everyone's clocked out. Confidential?
Wait,
Are
is
you sure you
this?
can tell
I'm trying to
us?
remember something
That's
from the
fine.
Archon quest.
You're not living here anymore, so it's okay if you know. All it is I have to prepare some ingredients to make healthy meals with. Wait, you mean those healthy meals?
The ones that magically appear on the third day.
My patients refuse to eat any healthy meals I prepare in front of them, so I have to prep the ingredients in secret, then let the chef at the
Wait,
Coupon cafeteria handle
Isn't she
the
the one
rest.
that makes the cursed
Considering
meals?
even the chef's version makes people uneasy, it really makes you wonder what's in it.
Oh my gosh.
You want to find out? I can teach you how to make it. That way, if you ever suffer from exhaustion on your future travels,
don't
you can prepare a healthy meal for yourself. It's really good for you, you know. Sure? Guess we can help out one more time. The ingredients are ready. Now, put them on the table and add them in the order I tell you. First, we add this special slime condensate.
condensate.
Stir it thoroughly.
I don't want
Then
to drink
pour it
that.
in. See that? It adds elasticity. It looks just like tasty jelly, doesn't it?
Gross.
Yeah, it really does. Until you remember it's slime condensate. Next up, xenochromatic crystals. You want to crush them up into a fine powder, like powdered sugar.
Ooh.
Wait, are those from Fontimer Aberrants? Are you sure they're edible? Finally, we'll need some high
What is she
protein meat.
doing?
Frogs are an excellent choice. You just need to clean their innards,
Oh
and then you're left
my
with some
god.
lovely
Ew,
tender
ew,
meat.
ew, and double ew.
Oh, frogs.
I don't want to eat this.
And we're done. All that's left now is to pack them into lunch boxes and hand them to Walsey. Yesterday in the production zone, I noticed an inmate who's been working for 2 days straight. That means it's a healthy meal for him tomorrow. Sigewinne really does have the inmate's best interests at heart.
Give the prepared ingredients to Wolsey. Ugh. Gross. Oh. Gross. Black.
Ah, head nurse. Got some extras for me?
Just the one today. The serial number's on the lid.
Sounds good. I'll make sure it gets delivered.
Sounds like they're talking in code. Thanks for your help.
Oh, it's no trouble at all.
It is not code.
only
It's
wish I
very
could do
obvious what you're
more.
doing.
You work so hard for all our sakes. I'd happily lose a little sleep if it meant helping you out.
That won't do. If you reduce your sleeping hours any further, your health will start to suffer.
All right. Nurse's orders. I'll do as I'm told. But you take care of yourself too.
Well, I'm done with work for today. Thanks for helping out, you two.
Thanks.
Seems like the guards and staff here have a lot of respect for you, Sigewinne. In just one day of helping you with your work, it feels like we've done a lot for the fortress.
Head nurse, please, wait. I'm sorry to disturb you this late at night, but I think you'll agree, this is urgent.
Okay, just relax and catch your breath. What's the matter?
The guard at the observation ward, Odilon, he told me to pass on a message to you. One of the inmates there, the guy suffering from possible hallucinations, well, he seems to have made a sudden recovery, and now he wants to apply for permission to leave the ward.
What the?
Huh? Already?
What?
You were right to tell me. I'll have to examine him and make sure he's well before we discharge him. Looks like we've got one job as medical assistants left. We'll come with you.
Go to the observation ward. I don't know an easy way of getting up there. Look, as long as I can stare at Wriolette's booty, I think we're all gonna be fine. Do. Hello. My phone is really hot for some reason.
Ah, head nurse, you're finally here. I'm so sorry for all the trouble I've caused you, but I believe I've now made a full recovery. After
Have
giving
you?
it some thought, I'm sure that I was probably just seeing things. Stress-related, I imagine. I'd been working long hours, so I definitely wasn't in the best state of mind.
I totally understand. Still, I have to give you an examination before I can discharge you, okay? So, take a deep breath and don't be nervous. It'll be the exact same procedure as we did this morning. We can start whenever you're ready.
Again, so sorry. I was in such a state this morning, I barely recall anything. Would you mind taking me through it again?
Oh, not at all. It's a lot to remember. First up, we have a little cognitive test. Just concentrate and you'll be fine. To start with, which finger am I holding up?
Your pinky.
Under Sigewinne's guidance.
Alright, all indicators seem normal. So it was a stress-induced hallucination after all?
Is it really?
Well, we've certainly had previous cases of mental illness caused by overwork, which is why I carefully observe everyone in the production zone. I wonder how I managed to miss the signs this time.
Please, head nurse, you shouldn't blame yourself. I'm just still adapting, that's all. Pushed myself too
I
hard,
think there's
and
something
I guess
more
I
going
couldn't
on
take
here.
it. Thanks for looking after me. I'll be as good as new after a good night's sleep. And if you can give me the okay, I know I'll sleep better back in my good old dorm.
It can be difficult to relax in an unfamiliar environment. Alright then, you can leave the ward. I suggest you take 2 days off to focus on your recovery. I'll take you off the observation list for now, so you're officially discharged.
Great. I can't thank you enough, head nurse.
Mr. Odilon, could you escort him back?
Of course. I'm on guard duty in the administrative area tonight, so nothing will go wrong. You have my word.
Guess you're finally done for the day now, huh? Yep. But I still haven't gotten around to making that improved lotion for you yet.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, no rush! Seriously, it's super late now. You should go get some rest too. Well, tomorrow it is then. Good night, Traveler. Good night,
Good
Paimon.
night.
Hope you sleep well. Oh, don't you worry. We will. After a productive day of work, we're both gonna sleep like a log.
Good night, Sigewinne.
Yeah, sleep tight, Sigewinne. See you tomorrow.
Xing. Switcheroo. We finished the first quest after a whole 50 minutes, y'all. Oh my gosh. Did it say 1800? I didn't even watch. It said 8, not, it said 8 a.m.
did sleep like a log. Let's go find Sigewinne.
We gotta go find her. I need a tall male character with the sprint talent, because I think Kaya does have that. I keep forgetting about Kaya. I should build him. The thing is, Kaya needs a lot of constellations to be good. I unfortunately do not have that many. Where's Kaya? Yeah, I only have Kaya at C2.
Oh, how's the infirmary even busier than yesterday?
Hello.
Good morning, Traveler and Paimon. I have a few people here for a checkup, so you might need to wait for a
Oh
while.
my gosh,
No problem. Anything we can do to help? There's a bit of a complicated situation here. I'm still getting to the bottom of it myself.
You have to believe me. I'm telling the truth.
You're in a medical facility. Keep it down.
Please, listen to me. I'm not Gascon. I'm Uy.
You're a horrible liar, you know that? We get all your mugshots with the arrest warrants. It's clear as day that you're Gascon.
You mean because of the way I look? I don't know what happened. I just woke up like this. And you guys dragged me in here for an interrogation.
Multi-personality?
I brought you here to figure out what's going on. If you truly are the victim of an injustice, yelling isn't going to achieve anything. At most, it'll delay your vindication.
All right. I get it.
This is nuts. Yesterday's interrogations went fine, and now this.
Morning, Your Grace. What's going on?
Remember the case I mentioned yesterday? The one brought to me by the Marachose Phantom? Well, we've been questioning the inmates involved this morning. Every single one of them is claiming mistaken identity.
That's even weirder than what that guy was saying yesterday.
Yeah, these people have like a multi-personality.
The thing is, none of them have been able to provide any evidence whatsoever to support their claims. Questioning them further got us nowhere, so for now, we've brought them to the infirmary.
And we thought yesterday was as busy as it got for Sigewinne.
We've compiled their statements. Have a look. Perhaps there's something we missed.
What the? Who is this Poton? I am Honor. I had applied to go out and see a doctor. When I woke up, I was in another cell. I'm not Gascon, I'm Weez. Today should have been the final day of my sentence. I should have gone free. What gives? It seems like they're all swapping, maybe. Yeah, they're like body swapping.
Wait.
Release? Interesting. The inmates they spoke of in their statements appear to all be due for release today.
I noticed that too. If that's their plan, they're underestimating us a little. Every serious offender claims that there's someone else who just so happens to be due for release today. And they're expecting us to go along with that.
All the more reason to be cautious. Lumberzar, check the release list for today and make sure no one gets processed. We're gonna need an excuse, though. Just say we're out of forms, and that we're furiously printing more as we speak.
I'm on it.
It's conceivable that our group of serious offenders somehow found a way to switch places with inmates who are about to be released, so they can walk out right under our noses.
We did consider that possibility. But I mean, just look at them. They match the warrants, period. How could there have been a switch?
Only if they're dead ringers for the inmates due for release, I suppose. I gave you that name list yesterday to assist in your investigation. Did that help?
Yes, the inmates' mugshots were attached to the list. The first thing I did was check for lookalikes, and I didn't find any. The only other thing that stands out to me is that their voices sound a little different today. But it's not exactly hard to put on a fake voice.
Oh, really?
Are they body swapping?
What does our head nurse make of all of this?
Give me a moment. I think I have a way to confirm whether there's been a switch. I know, it's not time to change your dressing yet, but please bear with me. Huh? Isn't that the guy from yesterday? should be Honore. He has very severe facial ulcers, which require an operation in the hospital at the Court of Fontaine. I authorized him to leave the fortress for medical treatment under guarded escort.
Yes, like I told you. I'm not Potton. I'm Honore.
So there has been a swap. Well, I can see what happened in Potton's case, but how do you explain the other inmates?
What?
You're not telling me their souls switched bodies, are you?
No, I believe it was their faces that got switched. The method is a bit like replacing a tooth. Take the bad tooth out, put a false one in. And actually, I think I can prove it to you. Traveler, Paimon, do you remember Eric from the other day?
Yeah, sure do.
Then you can be my witnesses. To start with,
Girl, I don't remember. I don't remember. Oh my god, Brycely, hi.
Looks like our head nurse is relying on you for this
Girl,
one.
I literally am gonna have
Thanks
to look
in
at
advance.
my VOD. Eric. I literally don't remember who was it Andre? I'm screaming. Y'all, I don't remember. My short-term memory has gotten to me.
So, you're Eric?
Yes, head nurse. It's me. You do believe me, right?
I need to do
Oh
another
my God.
examination on you. Same procedure as yesterday.
All right. It's the cognition test first, right? So I need to concentrate.
Now, try to recall if you can. The last time we did this test, which finger did I hold up?
It was the index.
I believe it was your
Yeah,
index finger.
index finger. Hello, Ghoul. We're witnessing a body swap. It wasn't the same person?
Huh?
So basically, last night the Eric who said he saw another him suddenly recovered and applied to leave the observation ward. Sigewinne did another test before letting him leave, but that time she held up her pinky finger.
But I thought she did the index finger that one time. Girl, my head hurts.
I don't know about
When
any
was the
test last
body
night.
swap?
There was nothing to do in the observation ward, so I went straight to bed. Then
Ghoul
I
needed to
somehow
eat
woke
something.
up in a high-security cell.
Dang.
Well, in that case, there is a reasonable explanation for the strange events of the past 2 days.
When does the body swap happen?
What exactly happened?
The gang of serious offenders wanted to break out of prison, so they identified a group of scapegoats, namely inmates whose terms were almost up, and planned to switch appearances with them. Last night, when Odilon was on duty, they ambushed him and had one of their group switch appearances with him using their face-swapping method. That allowed them to
this is
avoid scrutiny from the
insane.
other guards. Then, once all the other inmates were asleep, Odilon spent his night shift carrying out the remainder of their switcheroo plan. However, they made one mistake. Henri changed his appearance to match Eric's earlier than he should have done, and ended up being spotted by the real Eric. Real Eric came to the guards for help, but we didn't know then what we know now. So we put it down to hallucination and sent him to the observation ward. However, since one of the gang members was posing as a guard, they simply changed real Eric's appearance and had their Eric take his place, muddying the waters even further.
Right, because I put Eric on the observation list by then, and no inmates on that list can be processed for departure until I've discharged them.
Hence why the imposters had to pull that little stunt to get fake Eric off the list.
Yeah, it all makes sense now. The Duke cracked the case.
This is a little big brain for me. Maybe it's because I'm looking at
Well, I
Brycely's
can't fault
butt.
the reasoning. But I'm afraid that we ruled out the possibility of face switching very early on in this process.
Criminals altering their facial appearance to commit crimes is nothing new. In fact, one of the explicit duties of the Malazines and the Marachose Phantom is to identify criminals in disguise. We carefully examined all the suspects, and there is no evidence that any means of disguise were used in this case.
Huh. Well,
Then what is
how do you
going
explain all
on?
this?
So far, it seems more likely that the gang stole documentation belonging to the inmates due for release, and are using that to commit identity fraud.
Actually, there is a potion that can completely change someone's appearance.
Sigewinne knows very well about that.
Even a Melusine wouldn't be able to detect it. A shape-shifting potion?
Yeah, the same one used on Sigewinne.
Forgive me, head nurse, but this is the first time
Wait
I'm
a
hearing
minute.
about it. If such a potion truly existed, it would jeopardize
Did
our entire
Sigewinne
investigative
swap
process at
bases
the
with her
Marshose
friend?
Phantom.
No. No way.
Are you certain of this?
That would be, that
Yes,
would be
I am.
literally such a big plot
But-
twist, but no. I don't think that would be really
Please
dark if that
trust me in my
happened.
professional opinion as an experienced
I don't think that's what
clinician.
happened because I think if
At
I
the same
look
time,
back on that
without any
cutscene, I
solid
think
evidence, it's pure speculation.
I don't think the face swap was
If we can
apparent there.
round up all the inmates suspected of switching places, then have a little talk with both sides, we might just get our answer. Yep, let's do that.
I do think Sigewinne
Okay.
herself swapped bases
Well,
with somebody
it
though.
was our negligence that meant we had
question
to
is
come and
who?
conduct these post-internment interrogations. And I know it's put you out. We'll do it your way.
Your Grace, bad news. I paused the releases like you asked, but we were too late. A bunch of people already got processed 2 hours ago. I checked the list, and sure enough, it's all the people who gave statements.
2 hours ago? That's before today's interrogations began. They had this all planned out.
So there really was a switch after all. They really pulled the wool over our eyes on this one.
We should be able to catch up with them if we leave now, right?
Not if that potion is real. They can just switch faces again after leaving the fortress. And if the Marishose's Melusines can't even spot them, we wouldn't know where to start searching.
Yikes!
This
we're at a
is
complete
so-
dead end!
What do we do? Everyone's thinking.
Well, technically there is one more lead we could follow up on. We were only able to arrest this gang thanks to the help of a researcher from the Fontaine Research Institute. I believe his name is Rawat.
Oh?
We met him.
Rawat? Isn't that the handsome guy we met at that skincare
Yeah, they
promotion?
got the skincare influencer.
Handsome? Maybe from a human point of view. I just remember that he
At
specialized
least
in
they're
potions.
keeping that
One of the
Melusine
crimes this
headcanon
gang
up.
is charged with is the manufacture and sale of illicit drugs. According to Mr. Rawat, they appear to have stolen technology he developed through his research and used it in their operation. At first, he thought it was a typical case of intellectual property infringement, and he tried to negotiate with them. But once he discovered their criminal operation, he reported them to the authorities. Thanks to his report, we were able to swoop in and arrest them all in one go.
What a hero! Bet that took courage on his part.
No doubt. This is worth following up on. As the one who snitched on them, it's highly likely that Rawat will be targeted by the
Nicely.
escapees.
Can you keep talking?
That aside, since he's negotiated with them in person before, there's a chance he'll have some additional information for us.
Understood, Your Grace. My team and I will head to the Fontaine Research Institute right away. In the meantime, please keep an eye on the face switch victims for us.
Of course.
Miss Morgan, I'd like to come along and help you catch these criminals.
Huh? Why's that?
Well, I'm the one who discharged the fake Eric last night, so I feel partly responsible.
Don't say that, head nurse. Your focus was on the inmates' health, and rightly so. We can't ask you to help with arresting criminals. That's our duty.
I also have a more personal reason. Cotton is a patient of mine, and if I don't get a new batch of medicine to him in time, his condition will get much worse.
Look, head nurse, I completely understand where you're coming from. But arresting criminals is dangerous business. And if anything happened to you, none of us can afford to take on that responsibility.
Don't worry, I can defend myself just fine.
You say that, but still.
If I may,
Sigewinne
Miss
can defend
Morgan,
herself just fine.
Sigewinne is the one who raised the potion hypothesis, and I'm sure she has far more expertise on the topic than your team. My suggestion would be to bring her with you. And if you really are worried for her safety, then... Ah, there you go, right on cue.
I guess I'll help.
Knew I could count on you.
Okay. Well, since this plan has the Duke's blessing, far be it from me to refuse. We should head off immediately. Time is of the essence.
Okay, fun fact, I never did the Fontaine Research Institute World Quest. So, this is a new one though. I think the World Quest is about the old one. I literally do not have the patience to sit through the Research Institute World Quest.
Greetings. Sorry to impose, but I'm afraid we're here on urgent business. And we're gonna need you to cooperate.
Yes.
The marsh is a phantom. Let me guess, you're investigating some more illegal research?
Not this time, no. We're looking for a researcher. Do you know where we might find Mr. Rawat?
Is it, I just don't know. I feel like this Rawat guy actually
Mr.
is
Handsome,
evil.
right? He actually doesn't work on site here very often. There's a handful of researchers in the nearby area who know him pretty well, though. You can see what they know.
Just a handful? Paimon figured he'd be the most popular guy around.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you could say he's popular, at least on a superficial level. He's blessed with good looks, so he tends to make a good first impression on people. But in all his time here at the Fontaine Research Institute, I don't think he's ever had a single deep conversation about his research with his peers. That's no way to make real friends around here.
Yeah. Oh my god, y'all, I'm nowhere near done with this quest.
That's so weird.
What?
He definitely didn't come across like a recluse at that product promotion.
Oh, I don't find that weird at all. He definitely didn't strike me as the kind of guy who's good at making friends.
Really? Paimon couldn't tell. Must be a Melusine perception thing.
Okay, we should talk with his acquaintances. But we also need to check the Research
I
Institute
should
for
have
any
streamed
clues.
earlier. I'm getting EP.
Let's split up. It'll save us some time.
Sure thing. We'll go ask around among the other researchers with Sigewinne. Paimon's suddenly kind of curious to know what everyone really thinks of him.
We're gonna learn that this man is scum. His beauty is not true beauty. I should collect rice leaf bugs while I'm here.
Hey there, are you in Teep?
What do you want?
We're here to ask about Rawat. Any idea where he might be? We were told you were pretty close with him.
Close? Not sure that's the word I'd use. He wouldn't even let me use his patent.
Huh?
It's been a good few days since I last saw him. I don't know where he's at. Go ask someone else.
Would the patent in question happen to be related to the new skincare product he developed?
Yeah, kinda. Butterfly dew, or whatever he calls it. I heard he made a tidy sum off of that one.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Keep going.
Most of the other researchers here focus on mechanics, energy, stuff like that. I get why he wouldn't be interested in having anything to do with them. But I'm studying coatings. There's a huge overlap in our areas of research. Why would he refuse to work with me? I bought his product once and noticed it contains a unique substance that might have applications in coatings too. If it worked out, I could probably make as much as he's making. Don't get me wrong. I had no intention of plagiarizing his work. I was hoping to get official permission to use his findings in my own research. Followed the proper procedure. It was all above board. I would have had to pay him a license fee and everything.
I wonder what made him
But
say no.
despite that, he turned me down not once, not twice, but 3 times. It's like he's vehemently opposed to the idea of
Okay, this
anyone
guy
else
is
making
definitely
the
a
kind of
red
money
flag.
he does.
Huh. So is Rawat antisocial, or is this guy just jealous?
I think Rawat is just a not good person, actually.
Well, it doesn't look like we're gonna get any info about Rawat's whereabouts from him. Let's go.
Wait, 1 second. Mr. Antibes, next time you go shopping, you should buy some Buell fruits. Peel the skin, steep in water, then drink. It'll help calm your mood.
I should drink that.
Yeah. Thanks.
Alright.
gonna have to cut this chat short.
There's somebody up there.
Gather!
Thank you, Zhongli, for being there for my day since literally 1.1.
Excuse us, are you Audrey?
That's a very silly way of spelling Audrey.
That's me. What is it?
Are you close friends with Rawat? We're trying to find out where he is.
Close friends? You mean because I told him I had feelings for him once?
Uh-oh.
I doubt I'm the first or last at the Institute to make that mistake. Why would you single me out as a close friend? I should have known, really. Men like him, they just enjoy being surrounded by fawning women. They're not interested in a serious relationship.
Okay. We were just kind of wondering if you might know where we can find him.
Why would I know where he's at? I barely know him, and he probably doesn't even remember me.
Ugh, this is getting annoying. Shall we go ask someone else?
Yeah, we probably should. We can really tell she doesn't like him.
I think she knows Rawat better than she cares to admit. If we leave now, it might be a wasted opportunity.
Maybe, but we're not going to get much out of her while she's in this state, are we?
She's displaying symptoms common among people in love, if that's what you mean. But I know a cure.
It's
What's
curable?
the cure? I would love to know that cure.
Oh, we're still no closer to finding Mr. Rawat. Oh, by this point, he could be in grave danger.
The Sigewinne is
Danger?
such a... I like that
why are you
about her
looking for
though.
him
I'm
again?
also the type to lie and lie and lie and lie. If it
That's
means
right,
it'll
yeah.
help.
The
It'll help
Marshal
my
Phantom
friends.
said that he's been targeted by some pretty bad people. We need to make sure he's safe.
What? How has this happened? He seemed fine when I last saw him, and that was only a couple of days ago. Just happened to run into him, of course.
Oh, I see. Well, do you have any thoughts on where he might be right now?
Okay, but this is purely out of concern for his safety. If he's not at the Institute, he might be at his mother's place. I heard she raised him alone, that they had it pretty tough financially, and these days she's housebound due to illness. He makes regular trips back home to check on her.
What the...
Oh, okay. Do you know the address?
Nope, sorry. I only found out the thing about his mother because it came up in conversation once. I was just trying to find out more about him, so I could get to know him better. When I told him I had a crush on
just to
him,
get
I
to know
offered
him
to
better.
help him take care of his mother. And yeah, maybe that was a stupid idea, but did he really have to yell at me for it? It's like, fine, I can take no for an answer, but what's with the temper tantrum? Unbelievable.
You got mother complex.
These guys only want to show you their charming, well-groomed exterior. They can't stand it when a few home truths shine through.
Looks
wonder
like
what
her
the home
love
truths
syndrome is
are.
flaring up again.
We need to find out Mr. Rawat's mother's address. Let's check with the Marechaussee officers when we regroup.
We gotta call the cops.
Sounds like a plan.
Well, I see we found a way where we're going with this. I still can't believe somebody in the YouTube chat was trying to freaking say Sigewinne's ugly or something like that and trying to be so mean. How are you gonna have the time and energy to just be that mean?
Sorry to bother you, sir, but are you Bertram?
Who's asking?
That's a
Just
silly
some
name,
concerned citizens
Bertram.
helping out the Marechaussee Phantom with an investigation. We'd like to ask you about Rawat's whereabouts, if that's okay. We're told the two of you are pretty close.
Not anymore, we're not. Turns out we don't see eye to eye.
Oh yeah? What happened?
The thing about us researchers is, most of us do what we do for some sort of higher purpose. But not Rawat. All he cared about was how to commercialize his findings. He won't even let you work with him unless you sign a confidentiality agreement first. Also, he has better control over who gets which intellectual property rights. How are you supposed to get any meaningful research done working
He
with a
just
guy
wants
like
all
that?
the money.
Now that I've got my own technical solution for my compressor, I don't need to work with him anymore.
So that's what Rawat is really like.
We'd still like to know where to find him, Is that something you can help us with?
Wait, you're... Yeah, I know you. You're the head nurse at the Fortress of Meripede. Alright, then I'm happy to help you if I can. I respect the work you do. Medicine serves the highest purpose of all the sciences.
Wow, turns out Sigewinne's got some real clout.
Thing is, I have no real
Did
way of knowing where he
Paimon
might
really
be.
just
I
say
stopped working with him 2 months
clout?
ago, and I've barely seen him since.
Looks like Sigewinne's got clout.
But if you want my advice, I'd say go talk to the peddlers. There's a few he meets with every other day or so. Maybe they know where he's at.
that.
Peddlers?
Yeah, back when I was working with him, I noticed he met with them quite often. Wouldn't surprise me if they were involved in some shady business together, because it seemed like they went out of their way to avoid discussing anything in my presence. The little I overheard was about manufacturing and selling pharmaceutical drugs. Like I said, he's all about the money.
Drugs? Doesn't he work with skincare products? Do those count as drugs?
Yeah. Sometimes they do.
Who knows? I never cared to find out. He's the morgue rubber, not me.
Thank you. You've given us plenty to work with.
Welcome. Goodbye, and may we both reach new heights in our scientific endeavors.
Goodbye.
Well, that's all 3 researchers. Let's head back to the meetup point.
If my research project works out,
I should do the Fontaine World quest. Eventually. Get over there, you old man. Run. We're gonna be here forever at this rate. I think I'm not even halfway done.
Paimon started out thinking Rawat was a handsome researcher with a friendly and cheerful personality. It's such a surprise to learn that his peers have a different impression of him.
So, what's your view of him now, Paimon?
A handsome researcher whose difficult upbringing turned him into a profit chaser with a chip on his shoulder?
So, your thoughts about his appearance haven't changed at all?
Well, his looks are kind of a big deal. At least in Paimon's opinion. How does such a handsome guy end up being so antisocial? Even with his difficult family background, it just doesn't make any sense.
You can't judge a person solely based on their appearance.
Head nurse. Traveler. I assume you've spoken with the
Hello,
researchers.
it's the cops.
What did you find out?
Bertram mentioned Rawat's involvement with some pharmaceutical merchants. Do you know if he's registered any pharmaceutical brands?
Since he was a whistleblower on such a huge case, I ran a background check on him. I don't remember there being any brands under his name.
How strange. If he was so focused on commercializing his research and averse to sharing his technology with others, why wouldn't he have registered his own brands?
Because he uses
Maybe
crimes.
he and his business partners needed to avoid public scrutiny?
Yes.
You think he may have colluded with the gang? Well, the crime was manufacture and sale of drugs, and that would certainly be in his wheelhouse. We can't rule it out.
Isn't that pretty unlikely, though? He was the one who blew the whistle on them!
Most children who come to me with tooth decay have suffered pain for a long time already, but they'll still try to hide the fact that they eat too many sweets. Grown-ups and children aren't so different in that regard.
If you say so.
I saw him when he came to make his report, and I certainly didn't get the feeling that he was the type to collude with criminals. Perhaps it's more likely that they were coercing him. You mentioned that he comes from a poor family.
No.
So,
he
it's
seems like an
possible that the criminals
awful
approached
person.
him, asking for academic support.
He is no
luring
way
him in
coerced.
with the promise of riches. By the time he discovered who they really were, he was in too deep. They had leverage on him, so he was forced to keep working for them.
No. I refuse to believe that.
I've seen it happen many times before.
That
I think
does
he's
make a lot
genuinely
of sense.
awful.
It would definitely explain why he was so unwilling to cooperate with his fellow researchers. No wonder he's so unsociable. He must be on edge all the time with a gang of crooks breathing down his neck.
In that case, the situation could be worse than we thought. If Rawat was working with the escaped inmates, they're sure to know more about his whereabouts than us. Oh, there's a good chance they'll get to him before we do.
Based on the information we've gathered so far, he was last seen 2 days ago. If no one's seen him since, maybe we're too late.
2 days ago? So he went missing right after that product promotion.
That was the same day he reported the criminals, too. Not a good sign.
Don't worry, everyone. I believe we still have a chance. Since he disappeared right after blowing the whistle, it's likely that he's gone into hiding.
Yeah, he must have been worried that they'd come for him.
All the more reason to find him as soon as possible. The only lead we have at the moment is his mother's house, which you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Seath, think you can find the place?
Yep. When you register a brand, the Court of Fontaine requires you to provide a legal address. The one Rawat wrote down was in the outskirts of the city. That should be the place.
Okay, then there's no time to lose. Let's move.
Whatever Watt's mother's residence. Oh, this is a random house. It's always this random area behind Fontaine. This is where we have to go for Arena's quest too. And we have to go to here for Clodon's quest. It's always these random houses. Actually, wasn't this the house from the Narcitzenkreuz world quest too? This one right here. Yeah, the old man's right here. The Narcitzenkreuz guy. Yeah, don't worry about that Marianne girl. Now we're going up here. Y'all really be living in the middle of the nowhere.
All right, this should be the house. I'm pretty sure this was the address.
Okay, I'll knock.
Morgane knocks several times.
Sounds like whoever's inside has restricted mobility. Oh, it seems serious. Oh, what's the fastest way to get this door open?
Bust it open.
Break the door down?
No, I'll handle it. Let the expert deal with it. There'll be a mountain of paperwork if we damage a citizen's property. Calm down. Deep breaths. Remember your training. Control your
She knows how to
strength,
pick a lock.
And it's open.
Seath, take a few people and lie in wait. Keep your eyes peeled for any activity around the house. The Traveler, head nurse, and I will go inside.
I assume it's the mother that's trapped in here. Cutscene?
Hello? Anyone home? Oh, there. On the bed, there's an old lady. That's gotta be Rawat's mother, right? She doesn't look like she's in any state to be answering our questions, though.
We could try, but she is very ill. We mustn't force it.
Well, doesn't look like Rawat's here. She's the only one we can talk to.
Yep. Allow me. Hello, ma'am. Might I ask if you're Rawat's mother? We are trying to locate him.
Oh, she's old.
Hard of hearing, perhaps. Does anyone have a picture of Rawat?
I have one here.
I'd like
What
to
if
show you a
Rawat
photo,
stole his
ma'am.
face?
Is this your son?
What if Rawat stole a face?
Looks like this isn't gonna work after all.
Well, looks like we're out of leads. If Rawat's not here, things are looking very bad for him.
Is it possible he could have avoided returning here because he knew he'd be in danger?
Maybe. But if so, where do we look next? Maybe we should take another look at the Institute.
Guess so.
I suggest we all return there now. We found a good amount of useful information the first time. But perhaps there's something we missed.
I don't know, Sigewinne seems to be cooking
This is
something
our
up
last
over
hope.
here.
Sorry, officer, but could I stay here for a while? This patient requires some care.
Of course. Traveler, stay with the head nurse. You're technically here as her assistant after all.
Look, I'm just being nosy.
Also, I'd like some Marechaussee members to stay as well, and keep an eye on the area.
Why's that?
If Rawat knows how serious his mother's condition is, he will return.
Got it. Okay. I'll tell the squad members in hiding to stay put and keep a lookout.
Thanks for helping me out yet again, Traveler and Paimon.
No problem. But when you say her condition is serious, do you mean...
Yes. She's barely clinging on to
Oh
life.
my gosh.
Oh. Let me take care of a few things first. Could you pass me the towel over there?
Yeah, of course.
She's about to perish. How could Rawat let her stay at this state without getting help? Oh, they always gotta be playing this
I can
piano
tell
theme
that her
ever since
family has tried a
1.0.
lot of different treatment methods, including some very expensive
Oh,
medicines.
they actually did try.
Unfortunately, her condition is so multifaceted that a recovery looks all but impossible.
Sigewinne. Paimon bets being a nurse must be pretty tough at times like this.
Yes, it makes me a little sad. In Amelizine's eyes, a human's birth, aging, sickness, and death are as much a part of natural law as sunrise and sunset. But human medicine can defy that law to some extent. In that sense, it is a science of miracles.
Miracles.
That is why
Miracles
I
are
became
things we
fascinated with it in
make.
the first place. But it was only after I truly became a doctor that I realized miracles don't always happen. Even the greatest doctors cannot cure all diseases.
Sigewinne.
Well, don't worry about me, Paimon. A doctor's duty is not to cure all diseases, but to treat whatever ailments they can. At the very least, I can lower her fever. That way she'll suffer less, and she might even be able to see her son.
Yeah. All the more reason to find Rawat as soon as possible, even if we don't catch those crooks.
She hasn't been able to say anything this whole
Her
time.
fever is getting worse. Could I get some hot water?
Sure, we're on the case.
Look for hot water. Girl, this place looks so tiny. Let me see the frame. Yeah, the family photo was removed. I think Rawat swapped faces. He doesn't want to show that he lost his face. But why did they rifle through stuff? What do we have back here? Somebody already made hot water? Way underground. What the?
Found the hot water?
Sure did. And look what else we found. Judging by this journal, it seems like Rawat has a private lab. There's a good chance he could be there right now. We gotta go tell Officer Morgan right away.
Oh, that's great news. But hold on just a moment. The wet towel is ready. I'm giving you another injection. Are you feeling better now? It's all right. We'll go bring him back. Please hang in there.
Thank you.
Oh, she's finally said something. Underground crime. She's just hiding.
this way?
I'm supposed to be hiding. It's so funny. Oh my gosh, Wriolette, stop climbing. This is so funny. They're all just hiding. So the private lab is where? Oh, you got me messed up.
Ah, it's raining?
Oh no. Let me go claim my stuff from Catherine.
They say there's nothing new under the sun.
Add Astra.
Add Astra Abyssos.
Thank you for
There. Can I even roll? You know, that's the funny part is I don't even think I can roll. I have no gems because I don't do anything in this game. Me trying to get another Gaming constellation.
It's raining? That's alright. The real problem would be if we could feel water dripping on our heads in the fortress of Meripede.
I really want Gaming, but let's be honest, y'all. I mean, a constellations, but let's be honest, y'all. I don't think I would really need them. Especially since I'm broke. Hello. What do we have here? Did we already tell them?
It's Officer Morgan! They're already here!
We came as soon as we heard the news. I can't believe we were so careless. The most crucial information of all was hiding right there, in that room. And we missed it.
Don't blame yourself. Right now, we need to focus on finding a way in.
There's a mechanical door over here! Hopefully the instructions in Rawat's journal will help us open it.
It's open. Let's go in.
Ghoul, I'm gonna DM you something. I just saw some bad news. I'm gonna DM it to you. Where's Ghoul? There. Enter the underground lab. Is this a domain? My recommended element is Hydro. We don't need... we don't need healers where we're going. Isn't Sigewinne a healer? We'll be fine. I'm gonna play freaking Sigewinne. Let me guess, Noblesse? She got Noblesse.
How did they get in here?
Hello?
Captain, up ahead! Those look like our fugitives!
So they found this place too? Don't let any of them escape!
I love that that heals everyone. Hello? Another test subject.
Freeze!
Calm down!
Calm down. Oh, Sigewinne also uses Bond of Life.
Wait now.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Wait, where's Wriolette?
Get a little chilly.
Things are gonna get a little chilly. Is Sigewinne going to Wriolette? I feel like she could be.
Scatter!
That tingle?
Solidify!
Why are there treasure hoarders here?
order.
Are these the bandits?
A moment, please.
That tingle?
Anyway.
Picked the wrong test subject.
Yeah, but smash you over the head.
Captain, according to our list, many of the fugitives aren't accounted for. There may be others hiding deeper inside the facility.
Ah, so these guys were just the lookout crew.
The Marashose Phantom! How did they find this place?
Wait, it's that guard from the fortress.
That's right. I'm on your side. I mean, the Duke sent me. What's the matter? Some sort of mix-up?
What?
Mr. Odilon, didn't I tell you a few days ago that you need to stop all field work until you've recovered?
Well, you know, gotta help His Grace out. Share the load.
What the? He's
Officer
pretending.
Morgan, this man is an imposter. The real Mr. Odilon has no recent health issues.
What? But I...
Face-swapping criminal.
Looks like the head nurse was right about the face-swapping method. Arrest them all! DuPont, stay here and keep guard. And watch the exit. If we're not back soon, call for reinforcements.
Got it.
We're here to kick butt and take names.
Don't worry, I got this covered.
Oh, give me that treasure. Door of resurrection activated. Sigewinne's adorable. This place is like part of the Fortress of Meripede almost. Like even the music's playing. I guess not all of the fortress is Bryceley's.
So many jars. Was this some sort of production facility?
Yay, some type of lab.
The scent. It's probably the ingredients used to make butterfly dew.
How come they're all empty? Did it sell so well that he ran out of supplies?
How strange. Why would Rawat choose to manufacture a popular product like that in such a difficult-to-reach location? Given our suspicion that he may have been coerced into the illegal drug trade, I would have thought that any production facility we find here would be used for illicit
I don't think
purposes.
he was coerced at all.
Perhaps butterfly dew is itself an illegal drug.
Do you have any evidence for that claim?
No, just a guess. We need to find Rawat as soon as possible. He has all the answers we need.
Understood. Well, let's not linger here. Let's go.
Come on.
Come on.
One moment, y'all. I'm copying something.
Oh, no! Did you bump into something?
No, 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 no.
Well, if it hurts, just let me know.
Okay. Door of resurrection
Doesn't look like we're gonna get this door open. Let's find another way around.
Yeah, I suppose that's fair. What? Invisible
This
wall.
one's closed too. What's with those carts and tracks? Oh, maybe it's one
I
of those
played
doors
Star
that opens when
Rail.
it
I know
senses
where this is
cargo
going.
passing through. There's a loaded cart right over there. Let's bring it to the door and give it a try.
I played Star Rail. Girl. Oh my gosh. You want me to read? Anyway. Yatta! And this music is making me so depressed. Y'all so annoying.
Shouldn't let your guard down.
Anyway. I almost ulted. Whoops. Go, minecarts, be free. To the clockwise. Get the cart moving. No, because they hate us. Get the cart moving. Why is it moving that way? This one doesn't work. So we're gonna move you counter. You get out of here. This is so slow. And then you get the cart moving. And then rotate. And then I'm so big brain, y'all, like even I amaze myself with how good I am. Hello, I don't do reviews because I literally am a casual who runs around with the level 20 weapon on his right sleeve. I should not be doing reviews. I need to level that weapon. Don't look at it. It's fine. But yeah, I'm a very husband over meta type of person. We're just here for the lore and the story. And the husbandos. Sigewinne is not a husbando, but her...
This room's much smaller than the others.
Father is a husbando.
Judging by the implements on the table, this looks like a potion-making lab.
Head nurse, over here.
But yeah, we're just here to enjoy the story. I have never even stepped foot into floor 9 of the Abyss. Simple as that.
Let's see. Huh? Robot's clothes. Why would he change here?
He swapped faces.
Perhaps they stripped him down, left the clothes behind, and disposed of him somewhere else?
Yikes, Sigewinne, where did that come from?
That's a little cruel.
What a tragic way to go. Especially with such a bright future ahead of him.
There's a path leading further on, Officer Morgan. Let's keep up the pace.
I'm telling you, he's gonna be swapped with someone very scary and it's gonna like be jaw-dropping. Can I see more of this stuff? I was hoping there would be something we could read. There doesn't seem to be anything, but this is still super creepy. The supply of the source fluid is completely dried up, though this means the final batch. I have to fetch a good price. Finding a new way to refine the liquid might be our use of it. No, it's too late. So we can't make any more of that lotion. Or should I say potion? But yeah, I don't do account reviews here. I've never done account reviews here. The last time I tried to be good at Genshin was when Miko was considered not good.
There's a whole bunch of people in there.
Are you serious? You're telling us that within a day, our faces are going to rot like yours?
Rot?
Fontanian physiology changed dramatically after that great flood, and it's not as compatible with this face-changing solution as before. The side effects are as you can see.
Why didn't you say anything before we all used it?
Look, my plan got you all out of prison, didn't it? You'd have much bigger problems to worry about right now if the Marshal Say Phantom found out about your other crimes.
Other crimes.
Consider an ugly mug getting off lightly.
You're just lucky we didn't leave you in there after you disappeared on us with no warning. We only let it slide because we're former partners. And now you have the gall to pull a stunt like this?
Partners? Make no mistake, each of us is only looking out for himself. If you place too much trust in others, well, I'm afraid that's your problem. You hid things from me too. Remember how you each had a spare potion? You kept quiet about it until we planned the prison break?
Oh, and you didn't have a secret spare? Then do you want to explain how you melted your face off before all this?
Guys, that's enough. Calm down. It is what it is. Arguing won't change anything. What's the plan, Parton? I'm assuming you brought us here for a reason?
There is no plan. We followed him here on the promise of more juice. But it turns out there ain't a drop here. Besides, what does it matter now anyway? He already said, even if we did get our hands on more of that stuff, switching faces again solves nothing. They're still gonna melt off eventually.
I said enough arguing! Parton, tell us the plan.
The most practical solution is to continue using the potion. Keep switching to a new face before the ulcers can start forming.
Are you kidding me? This stuff was hard enough to get a hold of even when we had a supply. Now you're asking us to use it like skin lotion, after the flood all but wiped the supply out?
Well, there is another option. But you'll have to make a deal with me first.
Okay, now we're talking. What's the deal?
I have a document I took from that researcher that details how to make a replacement. Just give me one bottle of the undiluted fluid, and I'll get to work.
Does he really, or is he gonna lie?
I thought you always kept reserves. Or do you really just have one spare bottle each?
What do you think? That we were shipping them into the fortress of Meripede by the basket load?
Well then, say hello to never showing your marred faces in public again.
Ugh, I've heard enough! Get him! Let's see if that document even exists!
How have we beat all of you up?
Freeze! Marshal, say Phantom!
What? Who let them in?
Officer Morgan, before anything else, please find out Rawat's status.
Rawat?
I don't see him. Hand over the hostage now, if you want any chance of avoiding an extension to your sentences.
Spare us your condescending attempts to coax us back to our cells. You think we're looking to negotiate? Rawat is dead.
Parton?
Arrest them all! Don't let anyone get away!
Kick their asses. Is he really dead?
I swear, it's for medical research.
Oh my god, this ult is so silly. Oh, I did not.
Order guide.
Anyway.
Have a seat.
That is such a silly ult. It's adorable.
Another test.
This is so silly. This is so silly. I heard Sigewinne actually isn't that good, but who cares? He's adorable.
The process of elimination.
The process of elimination.
Stay cool and face your guilt. Let's begin.
One day I'll level up Wriolette's weapon. What? Why are there more of you? I hate you. Get out of here. Where's Sigewinne? I unironically might be doing more damage.
He might feel a little prick.
I'm pricking these guys, that's for sure. What? It wore off already? Anyway, that was awful.
Away now.
So, did they really kill him off?
Gotta say, I never expected to see the head nurse in combat.
Yeah, it'll just sting a
Some patients
little.
respond better to a more aggressive treatment plan. Did we get everyone?
Captain, we finished the head count. Potton's missing.
Over there! The door's closing!
One group trying to arrest me, another trying to hunt me down. Good. I gotta kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
What is he doing?
How did he get up there? There must be a secret passage somewhere. Find it!
Don't waste your energy. I already sealed it off.
How naive. We have more people outside. If we're not back out by the agreed time, they'll come to our rescue.
Well then, you'd better hope they get here in time.
You're awful, Poton. What is this?
There's some kind of gas leaking from the pipes. Be careful.
Is
It's poisonous.
This is our distribution center, where we store the product derived from our source solution. We had to use special fire prevention methods to prevent contamination. The pipe network here was designed to emit a gas for firefighting. One little modification later, and it makes an efficient death trap.
Why would you do this? Your partners are here too.
Oh, please. If they can't supply what I need, they're of no further use to me. Besides, I can't have them exposing my potential whereabouts.
He's a maniac! Come on, we gotta find a way to open that door!
Go ahead, struggle in vain. Once the last of you croaks, no one will ever find me again. So long!
Are you sure you're ready to leave, Potton? You haven't changed your dressing today.
You can't cure my face, just give up.
And what if I could?
Nice try. You're just trying to stall me. Don't you worry about me. I'll find a
What
way
is
to cure my
Sigewinne
face
trying
once
to
I get
do
out of here.
now?
Oh, I doubt it. After all, Fontanians can no longer dissolve in primordial seawater.
I mean, so was the ingredient they tried using primordial
did you-
seawater?
The key component of the face-changing potion is the fluid left behind by dissolved Fontanians.
Oh my
It
god!
might look like ordinary water, but it has
They
some
used
unique
dissolved
elements in it.
Fontanians to the...
Before the flood, all Fontanians were oceanids, physiologically speaking. A potion made from that fluid could dissolve and reconstruct the face of a Fontanian in much the same way as hydroidolins
That's
change form.
disgusting.
Theoretically, it could give someone any appearance they wished. But since the flood, Fontanians have become true humans. They can no longer provide the source material for this potion, nor reap its benefits.
Are you saying this potion is made from Fontanians dissolved with primordial seawater? Then their crimes are far worse than I thought.
How could you know all of this? No, wait.
That's why
Of
Sigewinne
course.
looks like a human.
Well, well. So that's why you have a human appearance.
It also means that I have a formula you're unaware of.
Is she faking
It's
it?
getting thicker. It's getting hard to breathe.
He stopped it. So what is Sigewinne gonna do?
I might get to make a deal today after all. Alright, keep talking. How do you intend to give me the formula?
Oh, it's not a formula, but a finished product.
Oh, is that the
I have a
lotion
bottle of it right
she
here.
gave us?
What?
When I tried Rawat's skincare product, I noticed it had a certain special component in it. So I had my friends gather
Yo,
some other ingredients for
Sigewinne.
me, and sure enough,
Really,
a little
really,
experimenting later,
really
I produced the
planned
potion.
so much.
I'm guessing his
Like,
skincare
this
lotion
is an
contains
adorable
the
little
fruits of your
Melissa.
joint
She's
research.
kinda evil.
Huh. Impressive guesswork. Yeah, we were a supplier for some of the raw ingredients. But it only contains a tiny amount of the active ingredient. The effect is minuscule compared to the undiluted fluid.
Well, I found a way to reverse the dilution process, giving the skincare lotion a similar effect to the fluid it is derived from.
That's impossible.
If I tell you some of the ingredients, I think you can figure it out. First, you need to combine tainted hydrophantasm tissue with transoceanic pearls at a ratio of around 3 to 7.
Tainted hydrophantasms and transoceanic pearls. I see. Can't believe I never thought of that.
So, can we make a deal?
Sounds good to me. There's a delivery pipeline beneath this window. Drop the potion in, and I'll release you all.
What does Sigewinne plan on doing?
Not trusting you that easily.
And the naughty
You're like
kids.
those naughty kids who try to hide their illness. Open the sluice gate first, then I'll hand you the
It looks like
potion.
one of the potions from the potion event.
Even if you're not bluffing, your potion won't cure my face permanently. You really think you have any leverage here? I'm not closing the valve this time. Clock's ticking.
Fine. Then I'll just stand here with the potion in my hand. And when I faint from the poison,
Sigewinne.
I'll drop it and it'll be destroyed.
No.
She knows how to read human emotion really well, just like any other Melisy.
Disable that sluice gate! Jam it! Don't let it close again!
That's more like it. In that case, a promise is a promise.
Head nurse, there's too much poison gas in here. We have to leave, now!
What is she doing? Oh, get out the way you came, but what about Sigewinne? What about Sigewinne? Sigewinne? Am I crazy for going that way? Sigewinne. She's not here. She's no longer in our party either. Oh my god, I'm gonna drown. Hello? Why can't I get up? Hello? Oh my god, Genshin's glitching on me.
Stabilize!
Bruh, I can't get out. This is so dumb. How do I leave? Get me out of here.
That was too
That was
close.
so dumb.
That button is a real nasty piece of work.
Oh, don't be too quick to sit down. Moving around a little will help relieve the soreness. Same goes for you, Traveler. Oh, but Paimon, you should be fine,
Wait,
right?
Paimon isn't affected by the
Flying fast
poison?
is pretty tiring too, actually. Anyway, that's not important right now.
That is
I'm still shocked
important.
to learn that there's a whole
Wait a
criminal
minute,
operation
Paimon,
going on
the
behind that
poison
skincare
doesn't do
lotion.
anything to you?
Shame I ended up giving the improved version to Potten after finally making it for you. I'll make you some more, I promise.
Now,
No,
what does
please
that
don't.
lotion do?
Paimon doesn't want to use that stuff anymore. Still, it was a pretty good job that Paimon wanted to buy some in the first place, huh? It ended up saving everyone's lives. That's gotta count. Yeah, Paimon was just
So,
kidding.
Sigewinne, what is that
Head
lotion
nurse.
you made
I've done a final
do?
head count of our team and the criminals. Everyone's here and doing fine. We're ready to escort the fugitives back to the fortress of Meripede. It's a shame that we didn't find Rawat. At this point, I'm afraid he's probably deceased.
What a horrible bunch. Especially that Potten guy. If he hadn't made good on that deal, we'd all be dead because of him.
No, we wouldn't. I always keep a whole bunch of antidotes on me for emergencies. And one of them neutralizes that poison gas.
So,
We'd have been fine,
what did
even
you
if you
do
hadn't
to
opened
him?
the gate.
What? Then why did you give him the potion?
If this is true, I must concur. Sorry to be blunt, but I think you made a bad decision by handing
No,
him
no,
that
no, no,
bottle.
no. She has something
If he changes his
planned.
appearance and flees Fontaine, it's unlikely that we'll ever find him. No matter how cooperative his accomplices are when we question them.
No, you don't understand. I gave him the potion precisely so we could be sure where he'll go next.
What do you mean?
We gotta hurry. She won't last much longer.
Photon's destination is Photon Rawat? I think the two might have swapped. Is Photon really Rawat? But when did they swap? Oh my gosh, something's chasing me. Get away from me. I love this battle theme, by the way. I'm gonna miss this battle theme. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Hello?
Don't move a muscle. I might be
He's
short,
scarred.
but I pack a mean punch. Captain? You're just in time. While I was lying in wait, I spotted this crook snooping around, trying to find a way in. so I detained him.
Hello, why did the auto advance turn off? Oh, he's
Oh.
very scarred.
His face.
Are you... Potton? So this is where you were heading, huh?
What?
This is not Potton.
This is how Potton
Wriolette.
looked before his face was marred. His current appearance matches the mugshot on his arrest warrant.
I see. Wait, so what's going on? Wasn't the whole point of the potion to disguise himself and escape Fontaine? Why would he change back to his original face and run right into our trap?
Enough of this nonsense. Let me in.
You better pipe down. There's an old lady in there who's very sick. No way are we letting a crook like you inside.
To heck with it. Listen to me. I'm Rawat. That's my mother in there.
He's gotta be lying, right? Rawat was a victim in all this. He was forced into it against his will. How can he and this monster be the same person?
Forced
They
against his
are.
will. That's the funniest thing
Anyway,
I've heard
why
all
don't you
day.
explain what's going
Heck,
on
when I was
here?
being coerced, everyone thought I was colluding of my own free will. And then when I actually became a criminal in my own right, you all suddenly thought I must be under duress. Amazing what a difference a handsome face makes.
Save us the speech. Explain yourself.
You want an explanation? Fine. I'll tell it how it is. When I was just Potton, the whole world treated me with contempt.
Ew. What do you want? Get away from me.
Women despise me.
Even Audrey.
Collaborate? You don't look like much of a researcher to me.
My peers scorned me.
Mr. Potton, was it? I'm most interested
So was
in
he
your
always
research.
scarred like that?
Consider my offer carefully. I doubt you'll find other investment opportunities.
Only villains would work with me.
You want out of the game? Forget about it. Turns out, I
Was he
slipped up a
really
little.
always scarred
Left
like
your
that?
picture with some Marechaussee Phantom officers. Easy mistake to make. Now they've listed you as an accomplice and drawn up an arrest warrant. So I suggest you put any thoughts of running away to rest. If you get caught by the guards for being in the synth business, you ain't ever seeing the light of day again.
There was no way out for me.
Awful.
Until I could stop being Potton.
Mr. Rawat, I have something I'd like to tell
But
you.
he swapped him back.
I
it
became
seemed.
popular with women.
This new potion you developed is fascinating. Genius, in fact. Would you consider working with me? I'd be happy to sign a licensing
He
agreement.
decided to be mean to everyone instead.
My peers looked up to me.
Okay, I'm very interested in your research, sir. You must no doubt have offers from countless investors. So far be it for me to ask for a full collaboration, per se. I merely wanted to
Oh my God,
express
see,
my
but that's
interest.
a lot of words.
No pressure at all. Naturally.
And the villains even began to fear me. Becoming Rawat showed me what a superficial world we live in, but I did not hold a grudge. After all, this superficiality could be made to work in my favor, or so I thought. But alas, the world seemed bent on finding a reason to make me despise it. Mother, I'm back. How are you doing?
Who are you?
I bought the best medicine Mora could buy, but nothing would cure her illness. In the end, I hoped she'd at least be able to see her son one last time before she passed, but when everyone else rejected me, the only person who cared
The face
about
that
me was
only a
my
mother
mother.
could love, get it?
Then,
okay, I
when
shouldn't be saying
became
that in the middle of
rising
a sad
star in the
cutscene.
Fontaine Research Institute,
I
was unrecognizable to her.
I have to let her see me again. Even if it means donning my own wretched, ugly face. Well, is that enough explaining for you? Now do you understand? Let me inside already!
Have you ever considered if you'll even be able to look your mother in the eyes? After what you've done, you found a way to completely change your identity. You could easily have escaped from them. But no, you chose to keep working with them.
Why would I want to give up on such a lucrative business? The profits were dozens of times that of the synth business, and it was all above board.
So you kept being a villain just for the money?
Villain? By what standard? Is doing evil deeds really what makes someone a villain in your eyes? Or does it all come down to the way they look? None of you saw a villain when I was wearing my other face,
Gosh, this
did you?
reminds me a little bit of
You
the
have
Wind
no
Waker
right to judge
anime.
me. You're all just
Especially
fake
with
people living in a
Haruka
hypocritical
Sakura.
world. I regret nothing. My mother would understand.
You're
I
a
feel so
villain to
bad
the
for
core,
the guy,
but especially that tongue.
I totally get
I don't see a villain when I look at your current
doing
face
bad
either.
things for others.
Don't
I
humor me.
totally get that.
You don't seem surprised by my confession in the least. How long have you known
I
the
always
truth?
am really intrigued by
I
that
didn't know
type of
anything
writing.
for sure until you chose to take that potion bottle and spare our lives. But if you're asking when I started
It's probably why I
suspecting
really
you,
like Dragon.
it was the
Well,
first
not really
time you
Dragon.
came
People,
to
people
see
in
me at
Dragon
the
Guard just do
infirmary.
bad things just to
I
be
had to
bad.
confirm my suspicions.
They do it because they
That's
think
why
they're
I chose
right.
to join this investigation.
A little bit similarly
Are
to
you
what's
kidding
going
me?
on here.
A young, promising researcher and a wretched criminal? What on earth gave you the idea that they could be one and the same person?
Well, there were no visual clues. This potion's face-changing effects are very powerful. Even as a Melazine, I couldn't see through the disguise. But I believe I understand humanity a little better than most of my kind. Humans have certain fundamental qualities that do not change with their appearance.
Fundamental qualities, huh? So you think you're the one who's seen through me, do you? Most people probably don't know this, but I think I can guess what your deal is. Melazine constitutions are very close to that of water, so it stands to reason that the potion should work on them too. You used it yourself, didn't you? That's why you have a human appearance.
Sigewinne?
Yeah.
Yes, you're
The
right.
story she told us in the beginning.
I'll bet it was back in the days when Melazines were discriminated against because of their appearance. It was either carry on living in the gutters as part of an alien race cast out by humanity, or become the head nurse of the Fortress of Meripede, revered by all. Not a hard choice to make. It's a no-brainer. So you see, you and I were the same. And I'm the one who saw through you!
That's not important right now. You came here to see your mother, didn't you? Well, I can grant you your wish.
Huh?
Head nurse. I'm not sure that's a good idea in his current state.
Don't worry. Back in the warehouse when I traded the potion for our lives, I was doing it to test him. He was willing to risk sacrificing his only chance of escaping capture by opening the gate in exchange for the potion. Also, he could see his mother again. If nothing else, his
But what is he
concern for
gonna
his
use that
mother is
potion
genuine.
for?
I see.
So before you arrest him, please allow him to see his mother one last time. The Traveler and I will accompany him. You have nothing to worry about.
All right. I understand.
I'm still a little bit confused how he ended up using Sigewinne's potion.
I don't trust this guy much.
Be careful.
Join the head nurse inside. If he tries anything at all, shout.
Dang, what a twist, man.
Mom? It's me, Potton, your son. You recognize me now, don't you? Mom, what's wrong?
I'm sorry, but I have some bad news. I examined your mother last time we were here, and it appears that due to her prolonged fever, she's
She can't see
lost
anything.
her eyesight.
What?
Your appearance no longer has any bearing on her ability to recognize you. But there are always other ways to remind our loved ones who we are.
Oh my
Wouldn't you
god,
say?
what a twist.
No, it can't be. Please, Mom, open your eyes. It's me, your son, Potton. If you really can't see my face, then here, take my hand. Tell me you feel your son's hand. I've done so much to get to this point. Please, you have to recognize me. No.
The temperature of his palm must have changed. I'm sorry. It seems I couldn't bring him back to you after all.
It's you. Thank you.
Did Sigewinne just try lying? Again?
Mom! Why will you answer her and not me? Why? Why?
No more questions, Potton. She's gone.
What?
Mom? Mom!
I'm sorry to say this, Potton, but you and I are not the same.
She's just gone. Potton is eventually taken away by the members of the Marchose Phantom. What just happened there? Only responding to Sigewinne? Are these
The wait
people
is
asking
over,
for
everyone.
refunds?
The sale of our new skincare product, Romaritime Essence, will now begin.
Another skincare promotion, and it's selling as fast as last time. Wonder what people would think if they knew it was in the last batch. Oh, Sigewinne's here too! Hey, Sigewinne!
Way more skin-friendly products.
Oh, Traveler Paimon,
I still can't
hello.
believe that cutscene though.
I hope you two got a good rest yesterday
a
after
lot.
all your hard work.
I'm not much of a crier as my
Nurse's
friend
orders,
Lori,
right?
y'all,
Anyway,
but
are you here to take notes for your next article?
that's really messed up.
I'm mostly here to help
That's
Officer Morgan
really-
wrap up yesterday's case.
Really just
That reminds Paimon.
probably
that
one of
stuff
the
sold like
darkest
crazy,
Genshin
didn't it?
moments.
Is it gonna cause huge problems?
Nope, there's nothing to worry about. Unless modified, Butterfly Dew is an excellent skincare product that's completely safe to use. Besides, officers have already retrieved all Butterfly Dew purchased on the market. Now it's just a matter of disposal. After consulting Monsieur and Wriolette, I came up with a way to
Grandpa.
neutralize any harmful effects. So it'll evaporate naturally, without polluting water or soil.
Wow, it's Sigewinne to the rescue again!
Thank you for serving as our consultant, head nurse. All the butterfly dew we recovered has been disposed of, according to your instructions.
Great! Good job, everyone!
Also, you mentioned you wanted a copy of Rawat's interrogation records. Well, technically, Potton's records. Anyway, I have them with me. Here. After he saw his mother for the last time, it was like all his mental defenses came crashing down.
He just crashed.
He put up no
He
resistance
really
during the
cared for
interrogation
her.
and answered all our questions. We learned a lot. Apparently, the formula was something he discovered by chance while helping the criminal gang produce synth. Later, he came up with the idea to dilute it and use the resulting substance as a skincare product. Their supplier was Vache.
Vache.
But you could also argue that they were the ones doing him a favor. His operation helped Vache's gang dispose of an enormous amount of evidence.
Even still, now
It made
Vache's
for a
effect
seamless
is
collaboration.
still deep here.
One man's trash was another man's treasure, and there were no loose ends. It's no wonder we never noticed what Potton's gang was up to.
Vache again, huh? Is there still no end to the harm he caused?
Make no mistake, the crimes of Vache and his accomplices will come to an end. It's only a matter of time. Since the flood cut off their supply of primordial seawater, they've been forced to resort to riskier methods, like using their private reserve to attack people on the street. Naturally, those attempts all ended in failure. After receiving numerous reports, we were able to zero in on the gang and eventually round them up.
That sounds more like it.
Based on what he told us in his confession, we pretty much had him backed into a corner, even though he made a point of distancing himself from the gang while disguised as Rawat. He tried to throw us off
I
his
wonder
tail
what
by
happened
reporting
to
his accomplices,
Rawat.
giving him enough time to transform back into Potton and see his mother one last time. But there was one thing he hadn't anticipated. Even though Potton had been missing for a long time, we were very much still on the lookout for him. So, the moment he appeared in public, after changing back to his original appearance, we caught him.
So he tried this once before, huh? Guess he really did want his mother to see him again. But in the end...
Looking at the interrogation records, it seems like he spent the first sum of money he earned as reward on his mother's treatment.
Yes, which is why I suspect that his initial motive for using the potion was not personal greed, but a desire to become somebody who had the power to save her.
He still did crimes.
Even so, he went too far. In the end, he got what he deserved.
I understand. Thank you for bringing me these records.
Why did you want them anyway?
Cotton was one of my patients, so I need to put together a medical file for him.
Aww.
My teacher always stressed
All
that
the
a person's
lives you
life
touch.
experiences are just as important to their file as their medical history.
Why are you still treating him like your patient? Isn't he kind of beyond redemption now?
Well, that may be true, but a patient is a patient, regardless of the choices that bring them to my care.
One last thing, head nurse. Please keep everything you know about this potion a secret. It would be for the best if most of Fontaine knows nothing of its existence.
Yes.
I know my fellow officers and I will be able to sleep easier if that's the case.
Of course. Not to worry.
Thank you for understanding. I'll take my leave then.
Yeah.
So, Sigewinne, did you really use that potion yourself?
Why do you sound so surprised, Paimon? I told you all about it. It was quite a while ago now.
You mean that story about the witch and the potion? So
It was
really
about a
actually
Sigewinne and her
genuinely a
master.
true story?
Yes.
It was not the Hexen Circle like I
actually
thought at
genuinely
first.
was.
That would have been so big brain.
I know. There are some secrets I can't tell anyone about. But considering everything we've been through together, I know I can trust you with them.
So Sigewinne's master got primordial
Before I
seawater
tell you, though,
too.
could you follow me somewhere? I want to pay my respects to an old friend.
Of course.
So, did Sigewinne really swap bases with her friend? Where is it? Here. Like, I think that's what happened. I genuinely think that's what happened. I thought about it in the beginning. I thought, no, there's no way. But I think they actually went that route. Is that the gaze? Gay man, I swear to God. Nothing has changed. Your father's.
Huh. Wriolette and Wriolette, they're here too.
Good to see you, traveler. Paimon. I trust all has been going well for you.
Big news, everyone. The Udex is out of his office
out of
on
his
important
office.
business.
Yeah, I know what y'all are.
Is that genuinely something people would consider big news?
Yes.
Why wouldn't they? Important business is a big deal.
Ah, yes, you're quite right. When someone you care about requires emotional support, being there for them at the right time and place
Oh, you're
is of the
talking about
utmost importance.
Sigewinne?
After reading the Maréchal Phantom's reports,
Aw.
I had a feeling a trip here might be in order.
Take note. That, my friends, is how Monsieur Wriolette shows that he cares. We're both here for the same
You
purpose,
know him so
actually.
well, huh?
To accompany Sigewinne as she pays her
Oh, I
respects
thought we were
to her
talking about
late
her,
teacher.
her friend.
So the
I mean, I guess
old
her,
friend she
old
mentioned
master
was her teacher then? The witch? Oh, sorry. Paimon didn't mean to be rude. It's only because Sigewinne calls her that all the time, so...
I doubt she considers that title to be offensive, Paimon. Don't worry.
Indeed. In fact, I believe Sigewinne would take it as a sign of affection. She has spoken of this doctor on many occasions, and it sounds like she was a truly generous individual. In those days, many people harbored prejudices against Melusines. She was the only teacher willing to take Sigewinne on as a student.
Wow. It's really nice of you two to be here for Sigewinne. Guess you guys really look out for your younger colleagues, huh?
Younger colleague? Well, that might be true for the
I think
Udex,
the
but I'm not
youngest
sure
one
I can
here
say
is
the same.
Wriolette.
Sigewinne served a sentence in the fortress of Meripede hundreds of years ago. And after she did her
So
time,
she
she
did
decided
get
to stick
caught
around.
for
She's been
what
an
she
integral part
did.
of our administration ever since.
Oh.
Strictly speaking, the head nurse has been around longer than most people in the fortress, myself included.
Yeah, Vice is the youngest
Pretty
one
sure
here.
that makes me the younger colleague.
He's
She
human.
served a sentence?
Yeah, because
Yes. Long before I became Udex, there was an ancient law in Fontaine that prohibited any attempt to transform another species into a human. Initially, I and most researchers believed this law to have been imposed due to ethical concerns. But now, it seems more likely that the law was nothing more than an insurance policy, a way for Egeria to ensure that her people would remain insulated from the truth, thus enabling them to lead more straightforward, happier
yeah,
lives.
I don't want to turn anyone else
Ignorance
into
is
humans.
bliss, as they say.
Sigewinne had her reasons for choosing to obtain a human form, but the act was nonetheless in clear violation of the law.
Could you tell us a little bit more about what happened back then?
Certainly. Sigewinne does not object to her close friends learning about her history. In fact, I first learned of it myself because she confessed the truth to me of her own volition.
Wriolette.
Even with their daughter so
The
ill, they
witch.
kicked you out? Stubborn as always. And prejudice isn't a disease I can cure either. Shame that I don't have the energy to get over there. You're laughable, you old witch. You want to
She even
save
calls herself
everyone
a
in
witch.
Fontaine, but you can't even save the patient before you.
Master, what are you?
I discovered a strange disease. One I suspect that every Fontanian
Oh, this is
suffers
before
from.
everyone found the
But
truth.
without witnesses or proof, no one will believe me.
Oh, she must have been a genius.
I had no choice but to experiment on myself to find a cure. But I hit a wall. And as you can see, it took a wretched toll on me.
Then I'll find a cure for you. And then you can go cure her.
There's no need.
Uh-oh.
I am beyond saving now. There's nothing you can do.
But, Master...
As I said before, a doctor's duty is to treat whatever ailments they can.
I know. But they don't trust me at all.
That girl. She's your first ever patient, isn't she?
This is so
Tell
sad.
me,
Sigewinne
what cost are you
lost
willing
so
to
many
bear
people.
to see her cured?
Well, more people than I thought.
I'll do whatever it
Like,
takes.
of course I thought the witch was gonna be dead of old
Even
age, but
if
no,
it
she
means
died
breaking
more.
the law and being punished for it.
As long as I don't hurt anyone. Yes.
Spoken like a true student of mine. Then I shall make one more final gamble. And see my experiment through to its end. Leave me for now, and come back in 2 hours.
So she was the
If
first
I
one to
am
come up
able
with the
to work
face
this
swap
miracle,
potion.
then I will have found a way to save all Fontanians, and I shall be able to help you treat that girl. If not, then it means there is one more disease in this world that I cannot treat. In that case, do not come looking for me. I will leave you a parting gift. An accidental discovery happened upon through my study of
She
this
turned
strange
herself
disease.
into primordial seawater.
It has little use, but it will at least help you
I should
cure
use
this
primordial
one
seawater on
patient
herself
you
is what I'm
can
trying to
reach.
say. Oh my gosh.
When Sigewinne returned, the miracle had not occurred. She found a potion bottle and a note on the table. After using the potion as instructed, she gained her current
that
form,
water was her
breaking Fontaine's law in the
master.
process. And after I had confirmed the veracity of the events, I gave my verdict.
So that's what happened.
I fear
Oh
Sigewinne
my
only understood the
gosh.
full story after the truth about the dissolution of Fontanians was uncovered. When I reflected on all this with that knowledge in hand, I felt a deep sense of regret. As I use the law to uphold justice,
Ray Chase, keep
there
talking.
are times when I cannot help
Literally
but
really good
acknowledge its
voice actor.
ruthlessness. After the final details of the events surrounding Sigewinne's transformation came to light, I checked several sources and, thankfully, the legal code does not require Sigewinne to shoulder any additional punishment.
Wonder how she feels about all this.
Since she invited you
Gosh,
here,
this
I
hits
imagine
so
she
bad
intends to
after
speak of these
Nouvelette's
matters
story
with you, no?
quest because Nouvelette cares so much about his Melusines. About the Melusines wanting to live a good life. These
On behalf of the Maréchal Phantom, I would like to once again thank the Fortress of Meripede for your assistance in the response to yesterday's prison break.
Our head nurse and the Traveler and
homos.
Paimon did most of the heavy lifting, I would say.
Sigewinne seems to be in good spirits. I trust work hasn't been too hard on her lately?
Well,
He's
she
a
might be the only
concerned
permanent
papa.
medical staff in the fortress, but there's plenty of people with medical knowledge willing to help her out.
I am most relieved to hear it.
The way you're asking after her well-being
He
makes you
is
sound
a
like a concerned parent.
Well, I won't lie.
Yeah.
I've always seen myself that way.
Showing your age a bit there, don't you think?
Indeed. Actually, I often forget just how
The
much older I am
Wriolette
than you.
age gap.
Well, while we're on the topic, what did you do before getting this job anyway?
Swimming.
Spend all day swimming in the sea from east to west and then north to south?
Yes, and from the surface to the ocean floor on occasion.
What is this
Wow.
dialogue?
Impressive.
Apologies, that was merely an attempt at humor. You can disregard. what I
This
said.
angle too is very.
That's
fruit.
impossible,
It's
I'm
just
afraid.
Silly.
My imagination's already running
This is
wild.
homoverse activity right here. All right, Sigewinne. So your master turned herself into water.
You're here. The old friend I mentioned was my teacher. When she passed, her body was nowhere to be found. All that's left of her is an empty tomb.
Dang.
And even that's deep underwater now.
Sigewinne, the witch who gave you the magic potion, she was your teacher, wasn't she?
Sounds like Monsieur Nervillette filled you in.
Yes.
After learning the truth, it must have been hard to process, huh?
Well, to be honest, after I realized what really happened that night, my first thought was that it kind of made sense. It seemed exactly like the sort of thing she would do.
But she was planning to sacrifice herself and never told you.
That's just who she was. If lying is what it took to get a kid to take their medicine, then that's what she'd do.
All right, but why did you turn yourself in?
She knew what she did.
I broke the law, simple as that. My teacher made her choice, and I made mine.
True. It's just the way Patton framed it when he was asking you all those questions, it made Paimon really mad. You're not like him at all, and everything Nervillette said confirms that. And yet, you were still convicted and thrown in prison. It just feels so unfair.
Unfair? I happen to think just the opposite. If I hadn't served that time, I'm not sure I would have been able to stay strong when he was questioning me.
Well, what makes you say that?
I knew you'd be curious. Let me tell you a story.
Excuse me. I'm burping.
The
Oh, cutscene.
verdict came down. This Melusine
Is guilty.
is guilty.
The hooded one.
Deudex defended the authority of Fontaine law, but he did not confiscate the Melusine's medical kit. And so, the Fortress of Meripede gained a new little doctor.
Aw.
She still wore her hood and raincoat,
She didn't want to be known as
even
a
though it
Melusine.
never rained in the fortress. Perhaps thanks to her human appearance, no one refused her treatment. She treated more and more patients, and her sentence grew ever shorter. Finally, the people of the fortress
She
could
had a
not live
place to
without her.
belong.
And though her sentence ended, she did not leave them either. Then one day, she received an invitation from the outside world. The location seemed familiar,
Who's this
and when
old
she arrived,
lady?
an old lady was waiting for her.
Is that?
She saw right through the Melizine's disguise, but didn't reveal it. Instead, she asked a question.
Did you save me?
Tell me, why do you think you gained the respect of so many people, despite being a Melazine?
Was that her
Because
friend?
I look like a human?
It's been 50 years, Sigewinne.
It's her friend.
And you haven't aged a day. I think everyone knows you are not human. I finally found you, after all these years.
Aww.
I still remember,
They
you know.
reunited.
It was you who saved me that night.
But how? I was no longer a Melazine by then.
Does it really matter?
At least
if
they
you're
got to meet up
human
one
or
more
Melazine?
time. And that's what
remember the
convinced
warmth of
her
your palm.
to not wear that hood anymore.
It's quite unmistakable.
That's such a parallel between the scene
And you know
with the
what?
mother.
It hasn't changed one bit. You don't have to hide anymore, Sigewinne. These days, everyone wants to make friends with Melazines. And I think that it's all because of you. I'm
Oh, y'all
sorry
should do
I
new
couldn't
Wriolette
say
story
this until
quests.
now. But thank you, Dr.
The
Melazine.
same badge. Oh, that was so sweet.
That's an ending Paimon can get behind.
After hearing everything Potton said, I wanted to tell him that it didn't matter who he looked like on the outside.
And that's why his mother
it was too
didn't
late.
respond. That's
The
why
warmth in
Sigewinne
his
said
palm
his
had
palm
already
was too
disappeared.
cold.
I tried to treat him, but the roots of his problem had nothing to do with his face.
He was too far gone.
I understand. Thanks, you two. I appreciate you
Dang.
being here for me while I talk this through.
Oh, it's nothing. Our pleasure.
Oh,
I'm
there's
just
one
so
more reason I
sad.
invited you here. It's about time
That's
I
just
finally
really,
give
really
you what I
sad.
promised.
That's a really sad twist. Wait,
In
what
order
is she
to
giving?
restore the appearances of the face-swapping victims, the Marechaussee Phantom gave me special permission to make a few bottles of that potion.
You are
And
giving me
I
face
made one
swapping
extra
potion?
just for you two.
Girl,
We don't
I don't
want
want
to
to use it.
Shouldn't we destroy it?
Well, even if you chose to destroy it, I still thought I should give it to you first. You two
You're
did
giving
so
us.
much for me.
I don't even want to
How could I
swap
break
faces
my
with
promise?
Paimon.
Well, fair enough, but anyway, Paimon's definitely not interested in this stuff anymore. Still, if this is the very last bottle in all of Tevat, getting rid of it would feel like kind of a waste. Maybe we can give it a special meaning somehow. Oh,
Paimon's got it.
Melazine physiology wasn't affected by the Great Flood, right? So that means the potion should have a permanent effect on you. In that case, what do you say, Sigewinne? Ever thought about transforming back to the way you used
Back
to
to
look?
a Melazine?
After all, from a Melazine point of view, Paimon bets Melazines look the cutest of all.
Paimon, after everything, do you really think it matters
She's
whether
been
a
living with
Melazine
the
or a
same
human?
face here for so long now too. She's probably just
well-
she's used to that life.
What was Paimon thinking? You made up your mind a long time ago. Yeah, let's just destroy this thing.
Leave it to me.
How is she gonna destroy it? Dissolving it? Oh, that's a pretty sight. It's like Aurora. An Aurora Borealis. And that's how it ends, Nereides, chapter, Act 1. Warmth in the lies. Even though it's a lie, it has a kindness to it.
I'd like to stay here with my teacher for a little longer.
It's okay. Look, I am a huge fan of gray morality. Absolutely gray morality. Like, there's so much we just learned about Sigewinne. So much. And like, oh, these two gays are gone. But yeah, like, it's a very different from that Potton guy. who also sort of had a gray morality. He wanted to save someone too, but you went way too far. Well, Sigewinne understood what she did and accepted the consequences. That's such a really interesting parallelism in that quest, and that hurts a lot. That hurts a lot, man. What a sad ending. Anyway, it's almost 11:30 p.m. I'm gonna end. Yeah, and we're done covering 3.7 content for Genshin. I guess I'll come back for 3.8 if we have an Amelie's story quest and I guess the summer event. That is probably what I'm gonna do on stream, if I have the time. Anyway,